Ooh, which subclass?
Totem Bear, I think that's the one. The Bear Totem one. I don't remember it. I made him so long ago.
I get to go play a cleric tonight.
Yeah, I don't.
Ooh, which domain?
I've got it.
His name is Jing Dong Macadang Dang.
All right, but I will talk to y'all later.
Portrait for Victor.
Oh, right. Okay.
Sorry.
Hey, Chad.
Hello. I kept it. I tried to wrap it up as fast as I could.
Buddy?
Oh, Kraslow.
Chad, did you have nightmares seeing Victor's face?
No. It would good. Sorry, I'm swapping stuff over right now.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we're here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Who said that?
Like, who's that? What?
Stinky. Mr. Stinky.
No, Michael. You know Fargrim.
What's that?
Does he know program?
You said Mr. Stinky.
Oh, yeah, that's true. All right, cool. Hi, we are back.
You totally need to turn Fargrim into a BBEG.
I would love to do that. I'm having issues. There goes my program. Restart. Sorry, Danny. I apologize. I really do.
So you should do it. You're late.
How did your game go anyway, Chad?
They survived. Nice cliffhanger.
Yeah, I watched some of the stream earlier. It looked like everyone was having fun.
It's all that matters.
Oh, correct, sir.
Good roll, huge hook. Alright, we are coming in. Wow, that's not a break. There we go. We are back live. Hi. Hello.
Remember, Fred, no monsters.
Why is that still on? That's turned off. That's turned off. That's all turned off. Cool. That works. Sorry, I'm trying to jump right into another game. Yeah, Derek, I am. Like, Danny, what's the name of this game?
This one is Dead Men's Tales.
Dead Men's James, did you tell him what I said earlier?
Tell him what?
About how I feel sorry for these other players.
No, I actually didn't. I forgot.
Lothar. See, where is... Oh, maybe we should just use Jinko. No, I know I have a Goliath in here somewhere. Goliath. Is that a Goliath? No, that's not a Goliath. That's Kim. There we go. Lothar is ready to go.
Goddamn barbarians.
Duh. Oh, what are you playing anyways?
Hey, I'm playing an elf arcane archer. What's with the sigh?
What?
What?
Prat!
Get in.
Oh, I feel sorry for people. Alright, cool. Yeah, I'm ready, Danny. Sorry, it took me a minute.
That's okay. Before I start, I'll just go through some of the extensions. So, some of the extensions I run, just in case some of you haven't encountered them. One of the things that I tend to run is Theo Geek's Improved Critical. What that will do is, if you get a critical, it will guarantee you will do more than a normal hit.
Ooh.
It doesn't mean you'll do maximum hit, but it will raise the base damage, so you will do at least more than you would normally do on a normal attack. What you may also notice if you look at your character sheet on your actions tab is along the top you'll find your ability scores, your AC, and so on. I find that easy because I have all of your character sheets open while I'm running the game, and it's just easy for me to see all that on one tab. I know a lot of players don't like it because they find it makes the action tab a little cluttered, but just bear with me on
I
that.
love that extension, Danny.
Oh shit!
Fantastic.
Yeah, actually, I didn't know about that. That's cool.
What's the name of that one?
It's called 5e Action Abilities, and I use the modified version with the wounds, so if you take wounds, it will also show that.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, I'm gonna grab that.
The other one I run is weapon handling, so if you look next to your weapons, if you have a versatile weapon, you'll see a little hand. If you double click it, it will give you the two-handed option, which will increase your damage die. What it doesn't do if you're using a shield is unequip the shield, so I will ask you to do that manually if you would. And in addition to that, I also use the NPC flavors, which will give a description to some of the NPCs if there's a multitude of them. Again, some players don't like it. They find it immersion breaking, but I don't find it any worse than seeing Bandit 1, Bandit 2, etc. And I also use, as many of you have probably used before, the 5e, the roll for initiative. So you will at some point see prompts come up on your screen like so. Then if you can just click those rolls when I request them.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
I can also do hidden rolls using that. What I can't stop you doing is calling out to the rest of your party, hey, hold on, I've just been asked to make a deck save. I can't stop you doing that, but please don't do that. You will also see, obviously, occasionally shadow dice rolling up the screen. Again, I can't stop you from saying, stop, who's rolling a dice? I can't stop you doing that, but please don't do that.
Don't be a prat. Oh god, I feel bad for these people.
Is anybody confused about any of the extensions I run? I think some of you have all played Fantasy Grounds before, but if anything is a bit confusing about what I just said.
Wait, one game to... Yeah, I'm literally going from one game into playing another.
I'm a little confused about your penis extension.
Oh, lordy. Do I know everyone in this game? I don't. Cool, new players I've never played with before. Sweet. LOPG. Hey, this is actually... Oh, wait, this is technically GaryCon? Wait, no, hang on. I'm going to type this up.
So this has been out for about 3 or 4 years, this particular adventure. It was an Adventures League game. Fairly popular one. There's quite a few of them that came out. I think they came out around the same time as Ghosts of Saltmarsh. So Up and Down the Moonsea, a lot of these. This particular one is a standalone adventure, so hopefully you feel a sense of completion at the end of it.
Yay.
So what I'll do now is I'll ask each of you to tell me a little bit about yourselves and the characters you're playing. To start with, for those who haven't played before, I'm Danny. I've been playing D&D since the original Red Box, way back in the late 70s, early 80s. Stopped playing as I got a little older, and then came back to it a few years ago with 5e, and then found Fantasy Grounds in the summer of last year, and I've been using it mostly as a player since then, but I've also DM'd for about a few months now. So I can go around each of you and ask you to tell me a little bit about yourself and the characters you're playing. So we'll start with Lothar, please.
Right, so my name is Ngorgio, or Chad. I've been playing D&D since the 90s, because I'm not that old as Danny. I discovered Fantasy Grounds last June. For those who don't know me, a couple of you I have DM'd before. I am a long-term DM, hashtag always DM, and I'm extremely excited to be able to finally play a game. My character is Lothar the Barbarian.
And Shaz.
So my name's Michael. I have a similar story to Danny. I've been playing since the late 70s. And then I took a break and then came back with 5e. I do a mix of playing and DMing, also doing a little Starfinder and a bunch of board gaming. And my character is Shaz. He's a somewhat scaly-looking humanoid dude who uses a rapier, but also casts some blaster spells.
Nice.
And he's got a bit of an attitude.
Of course he does.
And Merrick, can you tell us a little bit about yourself and the character you're playing?
Yeah, my name is Scott. Started playing early 80s, and similar to other people, took a little time off for about 15 years or so, and then came back to the game. Had a little bit more free time. Playing Merrick, so a halfling with a rapier and a very nimble touch, and pretty deftly being able to move around.
I like it.
Excellent. And Eugene.
Hello, I'm Brian. I've only been playing D&D since 5e came out. You guys have been playing longer than I've been alive. But looking forward to actually playing. I'm mostly a DM with my friends. I'll be playing Eugene Kofries, the secluded, nerdy cleric who doesn't get out much.
Very nice.
Do clerics get out much? Well, these ones do.
Hey, Brian, could you either reposition your mic or turn it up so that I have you maxed up and you're still a little bit quiet?
Yeah, I've had that issue before.
That's better right then.
Okay, great.
Mike's just old.
Yeah.
So sound good
And
now?
yep, that sounds good to me. Alder or Alder. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
My name is Eddie. I've been playing since the early 80s. Off and on has worked with Lau. I got into Roll20 to start
All right.
about 10 years ago.
I just
and then,
bumped him all the way up.
I got into Fantasy Grounds about 6 years ago. Been playing 3.5, 4, and then 5e once it came out.
Lady Harold.
I am playing a Alder,
My schedule's
who
kind
is
of
a
booked right now.
dwarven
Okay,
dragon
cool.
marked forge cleric. That's about it.
Thank you, love.
Excellent.
Cool.
And finally, Kendas.
Hello, my name is James. Some people call me Kanala, which is my Discord handle. I've been playing TTRPGs and TCGs most of my life. I'm 34, by the way, so I'm one of the younger ones.
Oh man.
Shut up, older man. I've only started playing D&D since 5th edition. I've mainly been into Pathfinder before. I preferred the rule set, most of it through 1st edition of Pathfinder. But as Pathfinder's going into 2nd edition, and not to offend it, but dumbed down a little bit, I jumped into 5e and I'm like, oh wow, this is pretty cool. So quite similar. So today I'm playing Kendus Moorwalker. There's pretty much your run-of-the-mill elf. There's nothing special about him. He works on a farm with his mother and father, and in his spare time he likes to practice archery. He's not a hero, but he's not akin to slaying a few beasts with an arrow.
Excellent. So your group has adventured together for quite a while now. You've had some successes and a few defeats, as most adventuring parties have. You've been sent towards Abigail's Cove. You've been heard that it supposedly has some treasure hidden somewhere nearby. As you come around the bend towards Abigail's Cove, you see a big rock in the middle of the road.
Oh, and I guess we're on foot.
You are on foot.
Is there anything special about this rock?
You can certainly look at it.
So apologize, were we in like a like a small? Is this like a small city up here? Or
It's
small
a
town?
fairly large town. It's a small fishing village. You can see various houses with their own little plots. They grow their own vegetables, but primarily their income comes from the sea.
Do they have like a bar where I could possibly have stopped by to grab some ale?
You can certainly make your way into the village and inquire about it, Bart.
Perfectly. Alright.
Sorry, which one was it that wanted to examine the large
That's-
stone?
That's Eugene. I'll
Okay.
go up and examine the stone for any markings or signs or anything.
You do see etched into the boulder the name Abigail.
I wonder who Abigail is.
How familiar are we with this town and this area? Would we know who Abigail is?
You do not. You may have heard the name Abigail's Cove and have known that there was a village here, but it has been so far unremarkable until you heard that there may be treasure in the area. You wouldn't normally just head out seeking a fishing village. You're not that avid a fisherman anyway.
Lothar, don't swim well.
So you're not in combat or initiative order at the moment. You can make your way to one of the buildings or into the centre of town, whichever you choose.
So we heard that there's some potential treasure in the town area, or what's the?
You've heard that there's some potential treasure in the town area. You, judging by what you've seen so far, you don't think it resides in any of the villages.
Well, I say we should try to find a tavern and see if we can get some rumors going on.
That sounds good to me.
Always like a good mug of ale.
Ale is always good.
Shaz will stride down the road a little bit farther and see if any of these buildings look like they could be a tavern.
They seem fairly nondescript at the moment. They seem weather beaten but sturdy. Obviously built to keep people warm and safe. You don't see any obvious signs of ornamentation, and at the moment you don't see any signs indicating an inn, nor hear any sounds of carousing.
All right. Well, I'll walk up to this building, which looks like it's kind of at the town square, and see what it looks like.
Before you can look in the building, the harsh clang of metal on metal, intermingled with shouts from brave souls who battle at the shoreline, greet your ears as you reach the crossroads of the village. A dense fog is rolling in from the sea, but only its thin edges have reached the shore of the cove. Through the failing light of the sun, within the mist, you see a cloaked dwarf waving her hands in an arcane arc. "Come on, you damned bowman," she yells as a bolt of green flame leaps from her hands, hitting the skeleton in the midsection and dropping it to the ground.
I, for one, am going to rush up and see if I can fight the undead at the side of that.
So 2 men, one standing on a pier to the left, the other on the shoreline 30 feet to the right of the dwarf, battle a skeleton. A third man lays on the sand motionless. A skeleton draped with seaweed, festooned with barnacles, and wielding a rusty short sword stands over him. 3 docks extend out from the shore. A skeleton draped in moss pulls itself from underwater and onto the westernmost dock. The cloaked dwarf notices you and yells, "What are you waiting for? Get down here."
We must go and save her. It's undead monstrosities. Wherever they live, we must destroy them. Lothar, charge!
And Lothar will pull out, grab his great axe and start sauntering down. I just want my ale.
Undead now, ale later. On me.
Okay.
I'm gonna head down.
So you will all, I'll put you all within range of the crossroads before we roll initiative.
Alright, Alright, so Barbarian, Enamored.
Well, I guess I'll bring up the rear.
Reckless. I got Reckless coded in. Danger Sense is coded, I think. Yeah.
So Shaz.
Yeah, I'm gonna rush up. And come to the aid of the commoner there.
This attack is good.
15. These are 5-foot squares, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Okay, so that would be 30.
So the squares say 10 feet, but we're going to treat them as 5 feet.
Okay.
Yep, that is 30.
That's actually what I'm working on now. Is the
I'm going to cast Booming Blade.
10 plus my dex plus.
Oh, I'm supposed to only put that on.
17.
Sorry, first time I'm using this.
10 plus dex.
Okay, I will attack him with my rape.
Con.
But I will miss. That'll be all I can do. My rapier just goes between a couple of his bones without actually hitting anything that could.
Well, the skeleton rears back and immediately moves to strike. And hits.
I'm going to go ahead and cast Shield as a reaction.
Okay.
Yep.
Will that save me?
It will save you.
Alrighty.
Oh no.
So skeleton number 2 has lumbered up out of the sea, climbed up onto the dock, and will move onto the shoreline.
Oh no. Oh yeah, he is.
Skeleton 3 is attempting to attack Beatrice Bandy.
Oh, that sucks.
Dwarf has shouted at you in.
Because they all go at the same time if there's multiple.
And gets a critical hit immediately. And cuts down the dwarf that called for you.
Oh goodness.
Skeleton 4 is in combat with one of the other villagers. And hits. And cuts down the poor villager.
Wow.
You're in time just to witness a slaughter. So again, another poor villager is cut down as the skeletons advance on the town. Lothar.
Alright, Lothar would like to get there. That's 30 feet.
Okay.
And then he's just kind of crabby because he has to fight, so he's going to swing down on this stupid skeleton and try to take its head off. And I can't remember. Let's see, it's level 3, so no, I don't get a second attack.
So the commoner that has been cut down moans and falls over. Merrick.
Seeing all the chaos going on, I'll grab my short bow out, move up a little bit, and take aim over at skeleton 4.
And you score a hit. Doing some pretty good damage to the skeleton as you do so. Out there, you've seen the undead out of the sea and start townspeople.
I'll move ahead 25.
Okay.
The skeleton that's standing over the dwarf that's down, I am going to cast Sacred Flame.
So that would be on skeleton number 3.
Thank you for the follow, Reese DeCeles. That is correct. I
And
could
it
be
makes
wrong.
its saving throw against your sacred flame.
All right. As a bonus action, I'm going to cast my spiritual weapon right behind the skeleton number 3.
Okay.
And I will attack with it. Do you have a token for a spiritual weapon, or you want me to just put a certain amount?
There is your spiritual weapon token.
Thank you.
Ooh.
And I attack.
You hit a critical hit with your spiritual weapon,
Nice.
Damn.
smashing the skeleton into pieces.
And that is my
Oh,
turn.
Stone's Endurance. That's what I was
That's a
looking
good
at.
turn.
La 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 la.
Kendas.
So Candace is going to position himself behind this building and take heed of the situation. He's going to peek around the corner and notice that the skeleton that is closest to the water is looking pretty beat up. So he's going to use the rest of his movement to sneak out to there. He's going to knock an arrow and aim at the skeleton.
Okay. And you score a hit.
Yay, I hit.
Vengeance for the fallen!
Ale. Need ale.
Smashing the skeleton into smithereen. Eugene.
Well, I had a plan, but it seems to we're dropping these guys pretty quickly. About 20 feet.
Derek, is that loud enough for him?
And then I will cast a Sacred Flame at skeleton number 2.
Okay.
I don't know if I did that right.
You did, but he was so dexterous that he avoided your sacred flame.
You know, nuts. And that's gonna be it.
Okay. So, Shaz, you're well in the thick of it. You've seen some skeletons fall around you, and you've also seen the commoners fall before them.
Alright, I'm going to give it another try with my rapier. And I'll cast the booming blade first. On skeleton 1, I am, if anything, consistent. As I swing right above his head, he kind of just pivots his head to the one side, and I just stab into him.
He grins at you
Ooh. Fine.
and
sight.
attempts to attack you back.
He's a little low still. Alright. I think I have him.
But he's fairly inept with his short sword.
Do I have him? What channel? What fucking... Oh, I can swear again! Sorry, I'm super excited that I can cuss again.
So skeleton 2
Yeah, I got him
has
all the way up.
seen a massive barbarian come charging down in an attempt to engage. So he is going to attack. And misses hopelessly. Skeleton number 5 steps onto the shore over the commoner and starts making his way towards the village. Lothar.
Lothar. All he wants is some ale, and he kind of figures these skeletons are not letting him get his ale. But he's not the smartest.
Merrick.
Alright, seeing the one skeleton heading off into the village, he'll back up a little bit to see if he can get a shot at him and shoot his bow one more time.
You would certainly see him quite clearly. And you score a hit. Doing some pretty good damage to him. Oh, there.
All right, I am going to step over to where I can see the skeleton number. And I'm going to cast my Sacred Flame.
Okay.
Oh, squeaky chair's back. Squeaky, squeaky, squeaky. Turn that up a little bit.
He fails his saving throw. And your Sacred Flame burns this barnacle-covered bone man down to the ground.
Nice
All
job.
right. As a bonus action, I will move my spiritual weapon up behind skeleton number 2 and attack him.
Okay. That's a hit from the spiritual weapon. Again, doing some pretty impressive damage.
And as he calls out to Moradin, says, kill these undead.
Oh, thank you. I mean, I even WD 40'd it the other day. It's a fucking demon chair.
Goodness has still got his.
Can I swear yet? Yeah, I can swear yet.
I'm looking around scope.
Wait, let me double check.
okay,
I don't
let's
think
go
it's on
down.
GaryCon 2 anymore. Double check.
How tall are these buildings?
They're not very tall. They're single story.
Because it's 5:30.
Am I able to
So
climb up?
almost.
I don't
Am
think
I
I'm
able
still
to
being
climb up without
hosted,
using an
but
action?
Yeah, I'll allow that one.
Okay, awesome. So, essentially, he's going to climb up onto the top of the building, look down at Skeleton 2, looking dead in the eyes, knock an arrow, and is essentially going to try and pop his head off with an arrow.
Alright, go for it. That is a hit.
You will suffer for causing harm to these innocent villagers. As he takes an arrow back, pulls it to maximum draw.
that requires.
Skeleton
But
suffer.
Bone Shooter, that requires me leaving.
You absolutely take this skeleton's head off.
All right, cool. I'm not there. Stop
Bits
hosting me.
of bone
Yeah,
go
fuck.
flying everywhere.
Yeah, the stupid fucking chair, like squeaky, squeaky. I have WD-40. I don't have any of the other shit because it requires leaving the house,
Building.
and I ain't going
This
nowhere.
commoner, this wounded commoner, are they down on the ground?
Yes, he's down on the ground. At the moment, the skeleton that put him down there was then distracted by two of the party members coming charging to his rescue.
Alright. Well, this last skeleton here, then I will.
Sorry, I kind of launched into some swearing. I haven't been able to
He
swear
succeeds.
all weekend, so.
He dexterously dodges to one side.
Well, this is not going well. Yeah, that's all I got.
Oh man, I appreciate that.
Shaz, you have one remaining skeleton in front of you.
Thank you for that.
And again, I will try to
I
poke
hope
him with
you,
my rapier.
I hope
I'll
you've been
cast
enjoying
a
it.
Booming blade cantrip first.
I know most of the
See if I
games,
can actually make something.
most of my normal games, obviously got canceled or pushed back because
You hit.
it's been GaryCon. I think I only played one game, standard game. That was last night. But hope you guys have enjoyed it.
Doing some heavy damage to the skeleton.
I try to have some fun. Well, VTM doesn't
It
count
says if
because
the target moves,
that doesn't
it
count
takes
during GaryCon.
1d8
GaryCon was
damage.
Thursday
That-
until tomorrow.
Yep.
moving, like make a movement action, or is that just
Well,
Just
if he moves,
moving.
if he moves from that square, he will take the 1d8s under that.
moves from the square? Okay.
So yeah, that doesn't really count. Should I tell Danny that he has a shit ton of people watching him?
And I will say, die, you silly.
If a skeleton could look affronted,
thank you
this one would
thank
look
you
affronted.
for watching. I appreciate everyone who comes and checks it out. Try to have some fun here.
And he hits.
As long as people are having fun, that's all that matters.
Alright,
I know I kind of blew up on somebody earlier, which I didn't really mean to. It was really rough.
yeah, okay.
Lothar.
Lothar. I will take your head. Puny skeleton. Let me roll some damage here. So Lothar takes his great axe and he thinks he's doing a great swing and just kind of touches the tip of it to his head and the head just falls off.
That's hilarious.
If that's okay with Danny.
That's perfect. So as the last skeleton falls, you see the wounded commoner run to Beatrice Bandy and attempt to assist her, which he's just about able to do.
And Eugene will move over to.
Yeah, but Vagellan got kissed last night by a vampire and charmed again. So he might shit himself tomorrow. Next session.
Drop a cure wounds on him.
Okay. So the sleek commoner is now somewhat revived.
Destiny, tell your buddy Brian to turn his microphone up.
And there is one more unconscious commoner. But Beatrice staggers over towards him and manages to get him back on his feet too. So he is wounded but alive.
So at this point, Candace would like to jump down off the building, run over to Beatrice and just ask her, "What the hell is going off here? Why are the skeletons here?"
And,
And who the hell is Abigail?
Exactly.
Beatrice says, "Praise Timora," proclaims the dwarf. She pulls a copper piece from her cloak pocket and flips it into the air.
I thought he was going to say
"Our prayers of
Tiamat.
help have been answered," she says as the coin lands on the ground. She nods in your direction and says, "You showed up just in time. This is the second set of skeletons we've had to battle, and I don't think we could have lived through it without your assistance."
Where are they coming from?
"I'm Beatrice Bandy, the mayor of the town," offers the dwarf as a cold drizzle begins. Beatrice wraps her cloak tighter and says, "Please follow me. Let's get out of this cold. We can talk more inside."
Ale.
Merrick would quickly like to check the area where he shot the skeleton to see if he can recover either of his arrows.
You can recover one of the arrows.
Can that head that Lothar chopped off, can he pick it up with him and take it with him?
Yeah, if you want to create an item of a chopped off head, you'd be my guest. Put it in your inventory.
Done.
Do I need to start calling you Fargra?
So the head, is it like an actual skeleton or is there still some flesh?
There's no flesh on it, but there are barnacles and bits of seaweed that almost look like dreadlocks.
Oh, perfect. Shit, I can't do it because it's not my table. It's okay. Oh wait, no, actually I can't. I can just do it in the inventory. Sorry, just ignore me. I'm talking.
So
Generally
Beatrice staggers towards the very large building that's just off the crossroads and beckons you all inside. So the rest of the commoners are going to make their way back to their own homes, to their families.
I'm going to look at Beatrice and say, "Kinswoman, is there any way that I can help you? Do you need healing?"
And she says, "I'll be rested as soon as I've been able to see to you people, and Timora will rest me." And she sits down with a deep sigh and says, Abigail's Cove has always been a peaceful village. We've never had an issue with the undead coming out of the sea before now."
So who is this Abigail, pray tell?
Well, The town was named after the large boulder that's sitting just to the north, just to the south of the village. If you look at it, you'll see that it has the name Abigail chiseled onto it. So this place has always been known as Abigail's Cove.
I see.
So, we heard that there's some treasure somewhere in and around this place.
And that she snorts and says, if there was treasure here, do you think we'd be sending out fishing boats to pull the what meager fish we can fish?
Who do we hear that from?
You heard it in a tavern further down the coast.
When he mentioned the treasure to Beatrice, did anybody around, any other patrons of the tavern, perk up or pay attention to us? Like they might know something?
Nope. I'm a dumb boy.
Nice.
So Shaz and Merrick, just by looking around, you can say that the idea of treasure being in these areas seems to amuse the locals, and they shake their heads wryly and just go back to their drinks. These are very, very scared villagers, weak old men, very young boys. You get the impression if there was treasure here, they would have been seeking it.
Looking at Beatrice, just ask her. So this is the second of these attacks. When was the first?
She says the fog started rolling in a few days ago, and that was about the same time as the first skeleton attack.
Does he have
And
to
you
come out? Sorry, go
As
on.
she's talking, there is a knock at the door, and one of the commoners that you saved earlier comes in with a plate of pickled fish, and he smiles at you gratefully and leaves you a plate of pickled fish at the table.
How about?
Gendas looks at it and backs off in repulsion.
Is there some ale?
You are given a mug of ale and a grateful nod from the person behind the bar.
Oh, Lothar will look at the mug, and like he'll kind of set in his hand and like it's like a little thimble, and he's like, Do you have a cask?
Oh, sure, we have a cask. We will pour you a mug of ale from the cask as and when you need one.
What race is Lothar?
Goliath. So he will take both. He'll take that little mug and down it really quick.
As you are drinking, there is another wounded commoner that comes in, smiles gratefully at you, and leaves you some warm sourdough bread. Probably go nicely with the pickled fish.
The bread I will gladly indulge in, but pickled fish? I mean, not to offend you, but I'd rather not.
I'll push the pickled fish towards Kindis.
I will eat the pickled fish.
Thank you for that
I
follow,
have enjoyed
joyous
pickled
Sean.
fish in the past, actually.
Do you have any turnip?
This is a fishing village. There's not much in the way of turnip here.
Okay.
So Beatrice, you talked about the fog rolling in with the first attack. Has that fog been pretty steady since then, or?
She says,
Try not to
no,
derail.
we've never seen a fog
Try not
like
to
this
derail his
before.
campaign.
It first happened a few days ago, and we had the skeleton attack. It's happened again today, and we just had another one. She
Are
tells
there
you that Timon and Isagana were the first to notice the fog. They were celebrating their first wedding anniversary with a picnic at the top of the hill, and as they went to kiss, Isa noticed the fog out on the Moon Sea.
Are there any, like, islands or atolls off on that sea?
She says no, they've never really seen any islands or atolls. It's fairly good fishing water, which is why they're here. Albeit the last few days the fish have been scarce.
Have you sent any boats out to investigate where the fog might be coming from exactly?
She said the villagers have become too scared to go out in the boats. No one's taking the boats out at all. And the shore fishermen are basically waiting for the fog to dissipate.
Has anybody done any diving for oysters or clams in this area?
He tells you that there are no oyster beds in this area. Nobody goes looking for oyster beds.
Oysters are good though.
Has there
Oysters.
been any strangers come into town lately?
She said that your group is the first group they have seen in months.
Maybe there's a shipwreck underwater.
She said there is no record of shipwrecks being anywhere near this cove. It has always been fairly peaceful.
I feel.
The only strange thing that's happened recently has been the fog.
I'm trying not to derail his campaign because I kind of just want to fuck. I just kind of want to fuck around.
She says whenever the fog comes,
I know he's trying to keep on to a
seen
schedule.
red light out, very far out into the mouth of the cave.
I just want to fuck
It's
around.
kind of like a ship's light, but there is no ship there.
Has anyone dared adventure into the fog?
She says again that no, none of the fishermen dare put their boats out into the fog.
Do you have any ways of defending your town? Do you have any guards or fighters?
No, we've never had need of such things. The first attack happened just a few days ago. It was just 2 skeletons, and they were barely able to fight those off. This time it was much more severe, and if your party hadn't come along, she fears the village itself would be no more.
You said the light's in the mouth of a cave?
No, the light was out in the fog, in the mouth of the cove.
Oh, sorry.
So the previous time you managed to defend against the skeletons, did the fog disappear?
The fog disappeared, and luckily there was just 2 skeletons that came ashore, and they were just about managed to defeat them. This time there were more skeletons, and if your group hadn't come along, they would not have won.
Nice.
Seems like maybe we should do a little bit of digging in the fog.
Stone Centaurs. There we go.
Beatrice at that point invites you to sleep overnight in her house. She has enough room to put you up in the inn you're in. It's obviously an inn and central meeting point for the village. It's also a mayor's house, market, store, whatever is needed is done in this major building in the village. And she invites you to sleep there and maybe see what you can see in the morning. It is very dark here now.
We would gladly stay around.
What the hell do I?
Do you know if anyone
Yes, maybe we can get someone to take us out in one of these boats to the mouth of this cove, and we can look around out in it.
exactly what I was gonna say?
She says if you want to try and loan one of the boats from one of the fishermen in the morning, maybe one of them will loan you a boat, but none of them will set foot in the boat if you'll be heading out into the cove.
What is the most luxurious boat you have out there?
They're all just simple fishing boats. They would probably hold around 6 people each. They're simple rowboats. So you would have to, 2 of you would have to man the oars as you moved out.
Thank you for the follow.
Hey, CJ.
I'll come Tesla. Thank you.
I do believe our barbaric friend would be quite suited to rowing. The arms on him. You could reach both oars from sitting in the middle.
And you guys see Lothar just drinking.
I go and sit next to Lothar and pat him on the back. Well, don't get too drunk. We do need you in fighting shape tomorrow, or maybe rowing shape.
Don't touch me.
Well, I'm going to get some rest. Ask Beatrice where the room is that she's offering.
At that, she looks faintly amused and points to some benches that some of the townspeople are laying blankets on, and motions her head toward.
Drunk on a boat. Yeah. That is a lot up on.
Nice.
So at that point,
Cozy on a bench.
if you're taking a rest, I mean, I can make this a long rest. Did any of you want to keep watch throughout the night?
Yeah, I would suggest we maybe take 2 of us to at least go outside and keep our eyes open to see if something else comes ashore.
I don't need to sleep, so I will go outside.
As you go out, you can tell that the drizzle is turning into quite a storm. The rain is getting heavier, the winds are blowing stronger.
Am I able to stay outside, or is it getting really...
You can stay outside, it's just not very pleasant.
Oh,
Visibility is dropping.
Is there like a sort of veranda above me so I'm not get wet?
No, this is a fairly simple village. There are no verandas.
What about windows? So you can just sit inside and watch out.
This building certainly has windows.
Do they have chairs?
There are chairs and benches. The benches are being repurposed at the moment for you to sleep on.
Well, I will grab a chair. I will grab I don't really drink alcohol, so I would like to request a mug of water, and I will sit at the window with my bow ready.
Okay.
I'm gonna look for the most comfortable place to sleep. And
Most comfortable would probably be the floor.
I'll find the space near the fire by the floor.
Danny, did you get my message?
Yeah.
Okay, so play it like this. Lothar would just continue staying up and drinking, and eventually he drinks so much that he kind of falls over backwards and lands right where he's at, passed out, snoring.
There's an image for all of you.
And he's a gigantic Goliath, so you guys would probably feel the rumble.
I'll be out of my sleep.
What the hell? I turn around and look over at Lothar on the floor. Not again.
And all he is wearing is a loincloth.
At this point, Canvas is going to grab one of the blankets and put it over Lothar.
Chaz is going to be perusing the clientele of the tavern to see if there's any attractive female.
No. Well, are you asking if I was doing that?
No, Shaz is doing that.
I thought you said Chad.
You notice Beatrice Bandy eyeing you archly.
She's a dwarf female, right?
She's a dwarf female advancing in years.
She got an awesome beard.
Shaz
Looks good to me.
Yo, Beatrice, I'm feeling you.
You just hear
Beatrice,
loud.
yeah, Beatrice pats you on the cheek fondly and then goes out into the night.
I dejectedly curl up next to the fire and sleep.
So at that point, I will give you all a long rest.
Aww.
In the morning, you're woken up by Beatrice, and she tells you excitedly, you should come and see Delphinia's bakery. It's the best bakery on the coast. In fact, she made that delicious sourdough bread that you ate last night. And if you think that was good, her gooey rolls are even more delicious.
I like anything gooey. Let's go.
Sounds good. Let's go.
Lead the way, Barry.
Lothar, wake up!
I'll kick Lothar in the midsection,
Oh,
as I'm wont to do. He's used to it for a week.
So wait, you're gonna kick me in the stomach?
Yeah.
Perfect. So as you kick him in the stomach, he sits up, looks over, and vomits horribly. Like the fish and all that stuff he ate yesterday, and all the ale just pours out of him.
And then Eugene loses his because of that.
Well, I have poison immunity, so I'm used to him vomiting and don't really care so much about it. Just it's been my role to get him awake in the morning after his drinking. So I'll help him up and head over to the bakery.
I go and reach for a glass of ale. Food.
So he's saying that Eddie has lost connection.
Thank you for the follow, elated deads. I appreciate that. Welcome. I'm not a forever TM today.
So Beatrice has led the party over towards Delphinia's bakery. It's a fairly simple building, as are many in this town, they're all in this town rather. However, the smell that's coming from this bakery is absolutely divine. And you see a small eating area. There are round tables with chairs, approximately 4 of them. Each could probably seat about 4 people.
I will pull up a chair at one of the tables.
I'll sit down.
Delphinia herself comes out with a big beaming smile and thanks you roundly for saving the town. She's a fairly attractive middle-aged woman. The only noticeable thing that you can see really is she appears to be wearing a rather splendid gold necklace and pendant, which seems out of character for both her and the town.
Is this something we notice straight away? Is it
It's the most noticeable thing about her by far.
I'm going to be staring directly at this necklace. My dear lady.
We'll sidle up to her and say, Delphinia, so tell me the steps it's going to take for you to come my way.
Is Azeel watching the other stream? I'll give him a shout out.
She says...
Now, to start with step 1, one step at a time, baby.
The first step is, what would you like to eat?
Oh, you don't want to know.
Do you have more fish to go with the bread?
She says, I'm sure you could probably find fish. This is a fishing village after all.
I have been told that your gooey rolls are excellent.
And with that, she smiles and puts down a plate of gooey cinnamon rolls. And the smell alone is enough to make your mouth water.
Lotho will grab the plate.
As will Eugene.
Candace will take her gooey rolls and shove them right in his mouth.
The gooey rolls taste just as good as they smelled.
The gooey taste amazing. Oh.
Shaz is still going to be trying to woo Delphina with his...
Both were working fine earlier, but no.
With his clever banter.
Is weather getting bad?
Shaz, I hate to think how many children you have around the world.
It hailed really bad the other night, or last night.
That Delphina says, oh, you have children too? Yeah, my boys, yeah, they're the delight of my life.
While Merrick's eating one of the rolls, he'll look up at her and say, do you get lost often? I notice you seem to have a compass on your necklace.
And she says, isn't it lovely? My son Bigby gave it to me the other day.
Oh, excuse me.
The other day? Wow. What was the occasion?
Oh, well, he just found it while him and his friends were exploring.
Where were they exploring?
Oh, you know boys, they're always exploring and getting into mischief. I'm not exactly sure where the boys found it.
And where's Bigby's daddy?
Oh, well, Bigby's daddy hasn't been on the scene for quite some time.
Well, I am really good with children. Why don't you introduce me to Bigby?
Bigby's out with his friends. I'm not too sure where he's gone. I know they've been spending some time with Ike the blacksmith. He mentioned something about seeing them the other day.
So that means you have a little time to socialize.
Oh, I'm much too busy in the bakery.
You got a bun in the oven?
I have a whole loaf.
So Lothar comes, sits back down with the pickled fish cinnamon roll sandwich, and
Lothar, what are you eating?
and
Smell.
a mug of ale.
Ugh, it smells disgusting.
Want some?
No, get it away from me. Oh. Candace is looking very pale at this sandwich.
Is Beatrice still around?
Beatrice is there.
Okay, I'll suggest
Thank
to
you,
the
thank you.
group in low tones that we should go check out the blacksmith, see if we can find this kid. Maybe this pendant, which is the only thing that seems out of place, could be a clue to finding out what's going on.
Sounds good to me.
Just kind of make a, as we're leaving, I'll make a comment to Beatrice. Just, it seems like maybe there is some treasure in this area, as your friend seems to have found a piece of it. Let's see if
And-
she has any reaction to that.
Well, she giggles and she says, I do hate that someone lost it, but perhaps it is a pirate's treasure.
Maybe it's what's attracting the skeletons. Maybe it's cursed.
She looks absolutely horrified at the suggestion, puts her hand on her chest, and hurries back into the bakery.
I say that Delphine is the treasure they might have been talking about.
Oh, that's smooth.
He's smooth as a... Oh my lord.
Somebody get a bucket of water on this guy.
So that Beatrice says she can take you to where the blacksmith is. She says the other person she thinks you should probably speak with is Old Fisheye. He's the oldest member of the village, and maybe he knows some very old tales about a fog and skeletons. If there was such a thing ever in this area, he would have heard of it.
Lead on, baby.
So do you want to go and visit the blacksmith or Old Fisheye?
I'd say the blacksmith first. What do you guys?
I would agree with the blacksmith.
Yeah.
I agree with
Yeah,
that.
that works.
Well, how's that ale fish
Okay.
sandwich? It's pretty good.
The blacksmith is further up the hill.
As you guys are walking, Lothar's walking next to Candace. He lets out a loud Goliath belch right in front of him, or right in front of his face. Sorry.
So as you get to the blacksmith, you can see he is a hill dwarf, and you find him busy sharpening axes, daggers, and fillet knives. He's sharpening them as best he can, and he looks to you as if he's preparing for battle.
That ain't a knife.
Beatrice, baby, can you introduce me to this blacksmith, please?
And Beatrice introduces you, and Ike says, I know who you are. I know that this village wouldn't still be standing if not for you. He says, that was a scary bit it was. I've never seen a skeleton around here.
I tried doing the Goliath
Down
belch,
in
but
the
it
sea.
didn't work.
So Delphina's son said he was out carousing with one of your children's and
Chilling.
came back with some sort of amulet that looks like a compass of some sort. Can we talk to your son or daughter? I think Delphina's child's with them.
He says, oh, I don't know where those boys have got up to. Those boys sure are busy. I don't know what they're doing, but every evening I've got to sharpen their pick or straighten their shovel.
Beatrice, is there any other children's around here who might know where they might go off?
She says, the children here tend to stick together. There's not so many of them that they can form their own groups. She said, I didn't know they were off digging somewhere.
All right, I appreciate it. And I'm going to step outside, and I am going to just look around, see if I see any fresh tracks, children's tracks leading off.
You can't see anything, no. It's just a fairly busy town. You can't really see where the children would have gone. You're not so familiar with the area.
I'm looking for like tracks in the morning in the grass, through the where the morning dew has been disturbed by footfall.
Yep, you don't notice anything like that.
Shall we try exploring around, you guys? What do you?
Why don't we go talk to One Eye?
Fish.
Maybe he knows something about where they might have gone. Told him a tale or something.
Yep, and Beatrice can lead you to Old Fisheye, and she seems to approve of that suggestion.
And as we're moving through town, I'm going to look for any other children that might be around.
Okay. You see basically the villagers, many of whom you saw in the central village townhouse from Merrill House last night. You see some of the people you helped save. You don't see any of the children. And Beatrice leads you right to the edge of town, right on the shore, to Old Fisheye's house.
I'm gonna stay outside and just kind of keep an eye and watch out on the water, just watch for anything unusual.
So you're right on the shoreline, and Old Fisheye, he lives in a wooden shack that's basically on the edge of town along the shoreline. It's close to the docks. The exterior of his home is dishevelled, and from what you can tell, the interior isn't much better. Obvious cracks can be seen in the planking of this house. But Old Fisheye is sitting outside, and he doesn't seem to mind. He just looks like he's enjoying the crisp breath of the moon sea greeting him every morning.
Oh.
What are those stains in his beard?
Right?
Fish
Now
got
that
them.
he smacks his lips and tells you the reason he's lived to be 95 years old is because of the succulent fish eyes he eats.
Do you have any with you, my friend?
And he says, well, if you want to go down to the docks, maybe you'd be able to buy one. And maybe if you did, Jesper would have the ones that I want. He's a gnome that tends to get the fish eyes out of the fish before they're sold. He's a trap fisherman, so his traps are right near the docks, and he's bound to have some fish eyes for me. Maybe if you gave me some fish eyes, my memory would improve.
But I want them
I'll
now.
look out on the dock and see if there's any fish eyes to be had.
In actual fact, you do find a gnome pulling up some traps. Jesper tells you his traps were full this morning, and maybe the fog had something to do with it. He's got some really big bottom feeder fish, and as a result, he has many fish eyes to sell to you. You can have a bucket of small fish eyes for 1 copper piece, or a bucket of large fish eyes, and they look like they're about the size of a walnut, for 2 copper pieces.
I'll take the large ones.
Yes.
At this point, Candace is just trying very hard to hold his stomach in.
I'll let
Baylor and Baylor.
I'll let out another belch in front of Candace.
So at that point, you're now holding a bucket of very large fish eyes, sloshing about.
Excellent. I'll grab one and gobble it down.
Oh,
There is a
jealous.
crunching sound, and then you dribble out of the corner of your mouth.
Perfect.
Danny, I'd like to roll a Constitution save to see if I throw up or not,
By all means.
because he's feeling horrendously ill right now.
Is Shaz back over here with them?
Oh, God.
Shaz is still standing. You can see him standing on the dock, munching out of a bucket of fish eyes.
I will walk up and ask if I can have a couple myself. Like I'll take a big bucket if
I'll say,
possible.
open your mouth.
I open.
You toss the couple of fish eyes into his mouth.
I walk back over to Candace and start chomping down right in front of him. all the guts and blood and stuff just dripping down his face.
At this point, Candace projectile vomits over Lothar.
That's my
Not a
throw
fish.
of one fisheye into his mouth, which was right in.
An old fisheye is looking concerned that you're eating his favorite treats.
And I'll give him the bucket after we're done.
So as he starts popping the fisheyes into his mouth, he takes bites out of some of them and savors them.
Stomach.
And he says, I know nothing about no old fog, but I do know that this place used to have a pirate moored near here. And the pirate used to be the pirate named Dread Red, and he sailed the Moon Sea.
Do you know anything about either the red light? Oh God, sorry, I'm trying to hold my stomach down. Or the necklace that the baker lady wears?
Yeah, we'll
says-
describe the necklace to him.
And he says, that sounds like a mariner's necklace. I don't know where those boys might have got that from.
Well, forgive me for trying to put two and two together, but the lady says that her boys found it a couple of days ago, whilst Beatrice says the skeletons started appearing a couple of days ago.
He said, yep, that's the right conundrum. Don't see how it could be Dread Red, though. Many, many years ago, he sailed the Moon Sea.
Well, do you have anything for settling the stomach?
Sure. And at that, he offers you 2 big fish eyes.
I throw up in the bucket.
I'll move the bucket aside quickly. before
Yeah.
he can throw up the bucket.
Yeah. Can we make a roll to see if we can get that bucket out of the way? Can we make some kind of roll?
Yeah, that was, guys just rolled in a 13 dexterity. I'd say he made it.
Oh, all right, cool.
I
So
just
this
can't.
Red, where when we found his, where did he hole up?
Red Dread, holed up on his ship. His ship was called the Salty Griffin.
Did that ship sink?
Oh, he says, when I was just a minnow, a huge storm came up on the Moon Sea. And I think that's the last anyone ever heard of Dread Red, the Salty Griffin, or her crew.
As I surmised, we gotta do some swimming, fella.
Well, we should
And
see
he
if we can get
says-
a boat to head out.
He says, the rumor was Dread Red wasn't too happy with the people on the land. He was about to marry a noble's daughter. I don't know what happened to her. Pirate stories are more interesting than love stories.
I married a couple nobles' daughters.
I hate to think how many people you've married.
I don't like thinking about it either. Let's find this boat.
Yes, let's go, please, away from the fish eyes.
As you move away from Old Fish Eye's hovel, Beatrice stops and stares out to sea. And as you look out, you see the fog so slowly start to roll into the cove again. Looking
How
at
wide
it,
is it, like,
it
is
is
it
still
over the
pretty.
entire horizon or like from a specific area?
It's across the entire horizon, right across the Moon Sea, seems to cover the cove. But as it's still quite windy, you can see the wind pushing the fog around. And when you look in, right across the mouth of the cove, you see a large ship covered in barnacles, dripping with seaweed and riddled with holes. It rests right at the mouth of the cove, and beautifully inscribed along the top of the bow are the words Salty Griffin. One mast remains intact, and a red lantern hangs from it. One sail torn and tattered, flaps gently in the breeze. From the looks of her, there's no reason she should be afloat, yet she is.
Is she moving
That's-
toward?
Sorry?
She moving towards us?
The ship is not moving. It is simply almost moored in the center of the cove.
I'm gonna jump in one of these boats and say, Merrick, come join me. You, the rest of you, grab those other boats. Let's get out.
I'll jump in.
I'll get into a boat.
I'll get in
Well,
one.
I guess we're getting in boats.
Okay, are you all in the same boat? They would hold 6. Are you trying to get in separate boats?
I would say the same boat's probably best.
I agree.
Aye.
Okay.
I forgot they seated 6. They just look smaller than that. Okay.
And who is rowing?
I think probably the Goliath.
And
He can probably stretch and go.
Yeah, Shaz is a pretty frail looking guy, though he's wiry. But he'll assist with the rowing, but he does it more out of fashion than actual
so, as you move out into the cove, you are fairly clumsily able to get the oars in their sockets.
So I had to go make a sandwich. I've been eating all
You move
day.
out, the fog doesn't seem to resist you, and you move towards the mouth of the cove. So the Salty Griffin, it's roughly 80 feet from the shoreline. As you move out, can you please, the people, who was it you said was rowing?
Shaz and Lothar.
Lothar's also eating the fish eyes. I'm gonna rope up with other people.
If you
Holy
could
shit.
Give me an athletics check each, please.
Surprisingly, I'm equally as athletic as Lothar.
So at least you're in sync.
Lothar
this-
hungover.
At this point, the oars are being used in the opposite direction to each other, causing the boat to turn in circles.
Goodness me.
We'll go round in circles.
Spin me right round, baby, right round.
At that point, Lothar seems to find his stride, but the right oar isn't keeping up with the left, and the boat is listing back to shore.
Didn't we tell you not to drink so much?
Too strong for puny people.
And at this point, Shazzy's oar is barely touching the water, and then you're just skimming around without actually getting any closer to the
I'm
entrance.
going to reach out and touch Shaz and give him some guidance
Were you touching him?
on the shoulder, just on his rowing shoulders.
Are you sure?
Oh, so
Okay.
I get a D4 on top of that.
Yeah, guidance gives you a D4.
So it's a 9.
Okay.
I mean,
At that point,
at that point, Lothar say, move, and just grab the oar by both oars by myself and just start rolling.
so Lothar's going to row himself.
Yeah, and he asked Krasla, or who are you playing? Shaz to just pop in some eyes into his mouth.
So Lothar is able to get the oars into the water and pushes out, and you head forcefully towards the Salty Griffin.
Chopping down on eyes.
So as you get closer, you can see that this ship is very, very poorly maintained, if it was ever maintained. And lining the decks, you can see some skeletal warriors staring at you, and they begin to limber bows.
Get them.
I take my bow out.
I'm gonna get ready with an Eldritch Blast as soon as I spy one.
Still,
Eric will take his bow out too.
still chomping down on the fish eyes. Keep rowing to shore. They're all on the same initiative.
Have you got them set to group initiative, Danny?
I have. I'm about to roll their initiative now.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, you've got the what do you call it, haven't you? Of course, yeah. I keep forgetting about that thing.
Yeah, all 14s.
Yeah, they're all about the same.
You can set it up in the options window to roll individually for them if you want.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Don't want them all just ganging up on you.
Yeah.
Especially with those initiative rolls.
While we're waiting, can someone remind me how to set a target?
Control and click them, mate.
Thank you.
Or you can just take the die and drop it right on the
Yeah, I
token.
can do that.
Drop
as well.
it, but if I have multiple targets,
Right,
Yes,
yeah, you
yeah.
can control
Yeah.
click.
thank you.
Yeah, the Brit's good for something every once in a while.
Okay, Boomer.
You're older than I am.
Yeah, but you look older.
The hell I do.
Smells older.
Exactly. Don't want to know how you know what it smells like, but still.
So we could post pictures next to each other and take a vote.
You're just jealous of my beard.
Mildly. But you also have... Mia's actually jealous of your hair. She says you look like Jesus.
Yeah, I get that a lot.
So with that, the first skeleton knocks an arrow and shoots towards the boat. It manages to hit Lothar as he's rowing.
Whoa. Ow.
Does a little damage as he does.
So I kind of spit up one of the eyes. And it is...
I think Lothar's getting angry.
He is, because he just dropped one of his eyes.
Skeleton 2 then takes aim at the boat. And hits. Again doing a little damage. So Skeleton 3 again aims an arrow, but misses.
Yeah.
Eugene, you're in a boat heading towards a haunted ship, and skeletal archers are aiming at you.
And I can see all three of them, and they are
You can see them, yep, they're not trying to hide, they're
range.
leaning over the edge, firing.
I will channel divinity, turn undead.
Ooh.
Okay.
Free.
Nice.
With that, they
gone.
move away from the edge of the ship.
The edge of extinction.
You know not where.
Well, that should buy us a few moments.
Very nice.
How long does that last?
Let's see.
1 minute.
About 1 minute.
That would be enough for you to get alongside the boat. As you get alongside, you can see that there are ropes, netting, they draped over the side of the ship, so you could climb up. When you do climb up, you do know that there are at least 3 skeletons up there that so far are turned, but are likely not to stay that way.
Yeah, Chaz is gonna jump and grab the netting and scramble up as soon as he has an opportunity to do that.
Okay, well, I'll say that you've moved the boat up next to the ship.
I think we should climb on board.
Tie.
Eugene will wait for the rest to climb up, and he'll try to come up last.
Yeah, I'll
Okay.
kind of. Oh, you.
Are you attempting to secure the boat in any way?
Yes, I would say to tie it down.
Okay. So, as you attempt to climb up the rope, can you give me an athletics check, please?
I'm proficient in this shit and I'm still rolling bad.
So, just Candace.
Why can I not click athletics?
Because you're shite.
Did you not get the roll I gave you?
Yeah, it's there. I'm clicking it, but it's not doing it.
Oh, if you just want to do it on your character sheet, I'm not sure why that's not working.
Right.
Where's my...
Well, you all were successfully able to get onto the rigging and climb up onto the ship.
Azil, did you tag me in something?
And as I'm climbing, I'm going to be, get up,
In FGC?
get on up.
I feel like I saw a tag, but I wasn't paying attention.
And as you do, you see the 3 skeletons still moving away from you,
You'd be scared.
along with 3 more that are not so turned.
Well, I can only do so much.
Can you drag the turn effect on the ones that you got?
Mhm.
So that'd be 1, 2, and 3 were turned. And Candace, it is your turn.
Righty-ho. Well, they're a bit close to us.
I don't like all them going next to each other. It's gonna suck.
Yeah.
They gonna fuck us up.
Alright, so I've... got that. If they're turned, they don't get up attacks, do they?
Nope. They're doing everything they can to move away.
So, this where we are now, is beneath us, like, down the rope?
You've climbed up over the edge of the ship, so you've got like the deck of the ship in front of you. You can see some doors and some stairs leading up into some upper parts
So,
of the ship.
so this space behind us, is that technically the sea?
That is the sea. Yeah.
Yeah, right. Tokens are locked. Do you play a locked token? Sorry, I don't know.
Yep.
You do, right?
During
Awesome.
combat.
Okay, mate, awesome. Right, so I'm going to take my bow off my back and I'm going to look over at the skeletons fleeing. Even though they're undead, I'm not one to put an arrow in the back of something that's running away. So I'm going to target skeleton 6 and attempt to knock an arrow into him.
Ow.
You hit.
So I pull my bow back to full draw, look it dead in the eyes, and aim right in the centre of its torso, hoping to make the whole thing explode in a shatter of bones.
You do some heavy damage.
Nice.
Very nice.
Max damage, in fact.
Very nice.
Fantastic. So you see me let go of the arrow flies straight past skeleton 1 and just stick in the ribcage of skeleton 6 and just stay there in the middle.
Alright, I'm gonna take it 1 step forward, move forward 5 feet, and then I'm going to cast Word of Radiance, and I'm going to make it to where Shaz is not affected by it.
They all managed to successfully avoid
shit.
your word of radiance.
The hell?
All right. And, I'm just gonna
From a
use
zombie or
some Morden.
Jesus. Alright, so Lothar would like to move right there. And is he able to grab Skeleton 5 and kind of just chuck him off the side of the boat?
So you want to grapple him
Nice.
and then throw him over the side of the road?
Yes, sir.
So that's a contested strength check, I believe.
Yes. You want to push that or you just me roll it?
So that's against Skeleton 5.
Yes.
You are able to pick that skeleton up and hurl him if you wish.
Yes, I will hurl him backwards as far as I can.
I'd say you'd throw him at least 15 feet out into the ocean.
And does he take any damage from landing into the water hard?
He wouldn't take any damage, no, but he is severely inconvenienced. These things swim, they just sink immediately to the bottom.
And then I will step back to where I was, and I'll look at Skeleton 3, and I'm like, you're next.
I have a spell called Severely Inconvenienced that I'm going to cast on my.
Well, to all intents and purposes, that skeleton, it's going to reach the bottom. It's either going to walk out onto the shore or just stay there. So, as far as you know, you've just thrown one towards the village.
It's out of my way.
Well, Fisheye is well fed, so I'm sure he's going to be able to fight.
Yeah, you may not get any more gooey rolls when you get back to shore. Eric.
So I always wanted to be a swashbuckler, and I'll take out my rapier and try to hit the one in front of me.
You do hit indeed.
Azil,
That should be sneak attack, right?
where's my assistant
Yeah, you
at?
get sneak attack.
Azil.
So do I apply the effect to the skeleton? Is that what I do? How do I do that?
I think you put sneak attack on yourself.
You do, yeah. You apply it to yourself, and it rolls an extra 1d6. It should have the self tag on it.
Oh, thank you for the follow. Afik Kickoff. Thank you very much. Welcome to the stream. We're fighting some zombies.
Excellent.
It's alright, that's
Trying to climb onto the ship and get some
fucking
zombies
going
right
off
now.
inside its rib
Or
cage.
some skeletons. This pirate ship.
And should that just in reality that should be 2d6, right? For a third level rogue.
You might need to bump it up one.
Yeah, you might need to change that on the character sheet. I think by default it would probably say 1d6.
It does default to 1d6.
Yeah, so if you hit that magnifying glass, you can drag another d6 into that effect under the damage.
Alright, thank you.
But either way, that was enough.
Yeah.
Shaz.
Alright, I am going to wave my hands around a bit in a
Just don't
kind
care.
of obscene gesture.
Throw your hands in the air.
Oops, that's the wrong one. That's not the one I meant to cast. There's Hex. And I'm going to put it on Skeleton 6. And I am going to hex his strength. And I will then try to hit him with an Eldritch Blast as I wave my hand to point at him. And I do hit. And he is blasted back as his bones skitter across the decking. And I say, take that.
That was an impressive.
Very nice.
Bits of bone go skittering across the deck.
Beat him to death with his own arm.
So Skeleton 1 seems to stop, cock his head, and then the unmistakable sound of clopping hooves comes from a set of double doors near the bow, which is the front of the ship.
Uh-oh.
The sound becomes louder, closer. Just then, a beastly skeleton carrying a rusty great axe crashes through the double doors. With its head tucked, its massive horns lined up, it charges you.
Oof.
Uh-oh.
Wow.
Oh crap.
Uh-oh.
Well, at least those other 3 skeletons are turned, so they're gonna run to the other side of the ship and maybe jump off the.
I get an attack of opportunity.
You would get an attack of opportunity. And which one? Do you want to take it on Skeleton 1 or Skeleton 2, which is about to try and move?
I'll take it on Skeleton 2.
Okay, do so. Shaz, you will also get one.
I'll hit him
And
with my
Merrick,
warhammer.
Merrick too.
Chad, don't even go there.
I missed him.
Alder's Warhammer goes sliding wide.
Yeah, instead of my attack of opportunity, I'm gonna put my hand across Merrick to say, let him go.
Alright, I'll hold.
Skeleton 3, does anybody want to take an attack of opportunity against him?
Can I try and throw him overboard again?
By all means, another strength check.
Haha.
You were
The town
able to
is
pick
gonna
him
love
up.
us.
Raining skeletons.
Pick him up and just like chuck him over my shoulder.
Eugene.
This line in the middle is at the mast.
That is the mast.
Alright. I am going to move and kind of duck behind the mast,
Squeaky chair.
and then I will cast a Sacred Flame at the Minotaur.
It fails against your sacred flame.
Right. 28 radiant damage. Eat this.
As it begins to charge, it rears back and it feels the effect of your spell. And you hear a small tink, tink against the undead bony chest. And you notice it seems to be wearing a silver chain with a small copper key attached to it.
Ooh.
And I will relay that information if nobody else heard it.
Candace, you've got a big bony cow in front of you.
Yeah, he's
Don't
seen
throw
that.
this one over.
Is his name Koba?
I'd like to do that, Danny.
What is it you'd like to do?
The
Oh,
movement.
move. You're going to hide behind Merrick.
Oh yes. He is not a tanky boy. He ain't thick at all. Have I got line of sight in the Minotaur though?
Yeah, you'd be able to see him. He's a big old unit.
Okay, so I'm going to make an arrow and pull it back to full draw and aim at the skeleton. My Minotaur skeleton.
Okay.
It
Your
is-
arrow goes skidding wide.
Yep. So I pull the arrow back, aim at the skeleton. I feel like the aim is true, and all of a sudden, the bow flips up as my head goes down. I was like, oh, oh, and as he just hears the crunching of eyes around him.
Aldir.
All right. I'm gonna look at the Minotaur skeleton, and I am going to cast Sacred Flame.
And he's able to nimbly dodge to the side.
Oh, nimbly bimbly.
Bonus action, I will call forth my spiritual weapon and place it in the space right between the Minotaur and the Turn Undead and the stairs above him.
You want it there?
One space over towards the
There?
right there, yes.
Okay.
And I will attack with the spiritual weapon.
Okay, go ahead. Spiritual weapon swishes past him.
And then I will take and move 25 feet.
Nice.
All right. I see Kindus come over here being whiny, so I'll walk up to the Minotaur, and as I'm walking by, I'll kind of flatulate a little.
Okay, you walk, shrugging your shoulders, popping muscles.
And
Yeah, when he flatulates a little, it's not a little.
right, make sure it's in Kindus as I'm walking by, and then I'll like, you're. Oh, actually, how big is he? Like, is it like?
I mean, it's a big old unit.
Well, because I'm 7'4", I just didn't know if he was taller than me or not.
Lothar, are you angry?
Not yet. I'm still hungover.
You lash out with your great axe, but unfortunately you go wide with your shot.
Getting a little angry now.
So at that point, he lifts his great axe and attempts to slash at Lothar. But misses.
Stop trying to hit me and hit me.
Merrick.
So seeing our barbarian friend heading up there, I will quickly run up behind him to here, dodge between his legs, and come up and try to hit the Minotaur with the rapier.
Go for it.
But not do so.
On this occasion, yes, you were unsuccessful. Chaz.
Alright, I'm going to slide over there. I'm going to transfer my hex to the Minotaur. And I will hex his strength as well. And then I will blast him with an Eldritch Blast.
You hit.
Okay,
Do
that
it.
should have done.
Pretty good damage.
Yeah, but it didn't do the hex damage, which I will apply manually.
Okay.
Oh, I was supposed to put that on myself. Can you take the hex effect that is not the disc check off of the... I guess I can take it off of him. Yeah, I got it. Okay, done.
So Skeleton 1, he's going to continue running, and he runs straight over the side of the ship and into the sea. Skeleton 2 does the same. It's almost like a Warner Brothers cartoon. They keep running even though they've gone over the edge of the sea, over the edge of the ship, and you just see them drop out of sight. Eugene.
I am going to reach into my pouch and pull out my holy book and I'm going to say a blessing and cast Bless on Kindas, Lothar, and Merrick.
Okay.
So let's see. Kindas, Lothar, and Merrick. And then I'm going to duck back behind the mast.
Okay. Candace.
Seeing that there's now a beefy boy in front of the Minotaur skeleton, Kenneth is a little less scared, and he's managed to calm his stomach a little bit. He's gonna level his bow once again and aim at the Minotaur. So he's going to pull his bow back to full draw and send an arrow flying. He's not fully recovered yet.
Not quite a full draw.
I know, right? His arm got a bit tired halfway through.
But still some damage.
Almost hit me. Almost hit me.
You wouldn't feel it anyway.
Yeah. Look at the skeleton, and I will cast Toll the Dead.
Nice.
And you just hear this little, like, ringing bell. Nothing happens. And then I will attack with a spiritual weapon as a bonus.
Okay. A spiritual weapon does hit. And does some pretty good damage.
This Minotaur skeleton's tough. He's not even heavy yet.
Lothar.
I'm feeling your rage, Lothar.
Yes, so Lothar. He's gonna get all mad. And he's going to rage. And will swing.
And I'll cheer him on as he rages.
Ha.
He hits with his great axe.
Ha.
Doing some heavy damage.
I think that's all I can do, right? I can't remember. It's been a while for a barbarian. They're making me use strength. Yeah, that's it.
So at that point, the Minotaur skeleton reels back from the attack. And he puts down his head, points his horns at Lothar, and attempts to charge straight through.
Uh-oh.
Oh boy.
Lothar stands firm and avoids the charging attack.
Lothar is badass.
Grab his horns and push him back.
Merrick.
Seeing that happen, Merrick will try to take his rapier as he's charging in and hit the Minotaur's sternum with the rapier, maybe. See.
Yes.
Slides past.
But you get a +4, a D4 to that if you want it.
Yeah, you can roll a d4 on that as well.
Not sure if it's going to make a difference, but
It wouldn't.
but just so you know, it's there.
Shaz.
So again, I'm going to make a very obscene gesture at the Minotaur skeleton, cursing him with the Hexblade's curse, and then I am going to blast him with my Eldritch Blast, pointing at him, and hopefully this will work properly.
You do hit with your Eldritch Blast.
Okay, still didn't get the hex but damage on him, but it did. Let's see. So Yeah, I did add my bonus to the damage, and then I do that, my hex damage.
So someone, one of
And then on my
the
turn, I say, die, you
people
horrible.
that's in Discord is making a token out
So the
of
Minotaur is
one
now
of my
being pushed
pictures.
back by your barbarian as he attempted to charge. He's taken several hits and he's reeling and crashing around the deck. Eugene.
I'm going.
Pull out my mace, and I will charge forward and attempt to deliver a killing blow.
The
And
mace
I do not.
comes crashing down, but although he's injured, this is a nimble Minotaur skeleton and he avoids your attack.
Right, well, I will just hold my shield up and end my turn.
Kendas.
Thank you for the follow ethical cameo.
Candace is noticing the Minotaur is looking pretty wounded right now. And stares him directly in the eyes, draws an arrow from his quiver, puts it into his bow, pulls it back, and lets it fly.
Haha.
Oh goodness.
Uh-oh.
As you pull back your bow, you lurch forward and just about manage to avoid shooting yourself in the foot.
Whilst throwing up. Lothar, stop eating those eyes! Focus on the thigh! Yes, flatulent as always.
Is there anything else you'd like to do on your turn? Oh, you're staying with. Okay, Aldir.
Morden, cast forth your flame.
No, come on. Damn it! Don't kill him! Damn it!
Sacred flame comes crashing down onto the Minotaur skeleton, which almost seems to crumple in place like a balloon that's had the air let out of it, as the Minotaur skeleton is no more.
So I got a question. Since I was hoping he when he was charging me that I was like holding onto his horns, is it possible? Because I know he's holding a key. If like someone goes to grab the key as I chuck him out the ship.
Well, the key was on a silver chain around his neck. As he came out and he was reeling from the attacks, it was going chink, chink, chink against the bony ribcage.
Yeah, if somebody
Did
could.
the key disappear too?
The key? No, he's still there. I mean, he's basically a pile of bones. If one of you want to pick up the silver chain, I can put that into the party sheet.
Yeah, I was hoping to somebody grab the chain and Lothar just throws him off the board as that's happening.
And I'm going to be looking over the edge of the boat on the, starboard side to check and see if there's any skeletons that are still in play coming back towards the ship or anything.
No, the skeletons, when they hit the water, they pretty much just sink. They've got no buoyancy and they don't swim. They just go straight down to the bottom. So the ones that have come up and attacked the village, they've basically come over the side of the ship, hit the bottom, and just kept walking in a straight line towards the shoreline. You don't know where these ones have gone. All you know is they went over the edge of the ship. As far as you know, for the rest of the turn and dead, they were heading out to sea. But they're bottom.
Hey, fellas, we should be getting back in the boat, head back to town, and make sure those ones we kicked off the edge of the boat aren't going to be attacking the townsfolk. Come on, let's go. We can come back to this ship after.
Yeah, whose bright idea was that?
One of those damn clerics.
Lothar is just going to the Minotaur and looking at it.
If we leave the ship might leave it. It's not like the ship just stays here.
Yeah, I think we should go ahead and search this ship real quick and see if there's something that this key fits.
Okay. You can see the upper decks. You can move to the forecastle, which is at the front of the ship, and then aft, which is at the back. There's stairs leading up to them. You can also see two doors which are leading down.
So mariner sorts call it the forecastle instead of the forecastle.
Oh, see, now we're learning nautical terms.
I'll head towards the stairs to check the bow. Up the stairs.
Okay. You don't see anything up the stairs. It's been pretty much ransacked. You see barnacles, bits of seaweed, etc.
So Lothar is at the helm, or not the helm, but like the front, and the bow, and he will kind of like stand there and stretch out his arms, yell that he's the king of the world.
I expected little else.
And we'll walk back down.
Check these doors here to see what's inside these doors.
Okay,
Yeah,
before we explore the rest of the upper section of this ship, let's take a 5-minute break and we'll reconvene.
Right.
5 minutes.
It's
Sounds good.
7 p.m.
Yeah, it's 7 p.m. for me too.
Yeah, it's
Five
like
5 minutes.
5-minute break. Welcome back.
8 p.m. here on the East Coast.
In the the civilized world, it is 7 p.m. Danny, you got
I don't know if anyone's civilized in Texas.
Yeah. Danny has a nice little turnout watching him right now.
How many?
80.
Wow, that's respectable. Is that from all your followers in Gorgio?
I'm assuming. Like when
You're so popular.
No, today it was even crazier because I was actually on the GaryCon Twitch. 190, I think 197. I felt popular.
Nice. So what did you run?
Yesterday I ran. The fuck did I run? Oh, the Madhouse of Tasha's Kiss, and then today I did Namia's Laboratory.
Are those modules that you found? Are they adventure?
No, yeah, those are just one shots. Cause I got Rob's shit, so those were included, and they're kind of horror based. And I like horror, and yeah, they were pretty fun. Like yesterday went over time by 2 hours, and they all still stayed and loved it.
Yesterday I was in the Tomb of Horrors Part 1 and 2. It was supposed to last 8 hours. We ended up playing 12.
Damn.
Is that the whole Tomb of Horrors?
Yeah, we went through the whole thing. Actually, we had 2 people die in the tomb, and all the rest survived. And we actually beat it.
Only 2 people.
Nice. How many players?
8 players.
Wow. Well, that's pretty good. I mean, for that damn thing.
Yeah, I'm surprised only 2 people died.
And he was playing the old rules where, like, if you were jumping across a pit, a trap pit or something like that, that spikes in it, if you roll the 1 on your saving roll, or your skill check, you were automatically down to 0 hit points.
Wow.
Then you had 1 chance to make a death saving throw, and if you failed that, your character was dead.
So I remember my first session of Dungeons and Dragons when I was in 7th grade back in 1977. My buddy had me roll up almost 20 characters and ran me through had me control 20 characters, and by the middle of the evening I was down to like 6.
Good old D&D.
That was back when THACO was the theme.
Yeah, and magic users, is what they called wizards, had D4 hit points. And if you got 0, you're just dead.
Yeah, I was playing THACO last night, that AD&D 2nd edition game I played.
How was Monkey Boy's game the other day?
It was really, really good fun. I
Yeah.
mean, it was difficult. He's got a ton of pre-gens, just dozens of them already, because he said, "You're gonna die. Just immediately grab another pre-gen and get back into it."
Nice.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to jump in on that next session.
Yeah, there's going to be a few of them over the course of the week. I think he's going to run it every other day, I think.
About 2 months ago, I started running around the table with my youngest son and a bunch of his friends. They were rolling up characters, and like I said, I've been playing for a long time. My son rolled 6 18s.
No way. With 46.
I've never seen it before. Yeah, 46 dropped the low. And I've
Wow.
never seen that before in, 40 years. Never seen that. And he says, well, what kind of character can I be? I said, you can be whatever you want. You're Superman.
In the old days, if you got scores like that, you'd be either a paladin or a monk.
He's basically
Oh, yeah,
a god.
that's what I told him. I said, your best bet is either a paladin or a monk. That's your best bet.
Yeah, because you needed a 17 to be a paladin, and you needed 3 16s to be a monk. Yeah, paladin, I think you need a 17, a 14, and a 13, I think, back in the day.
Yeah, I told him, I said, the first thing you need to do right now, though, is we need to stop. You need to go out and buy a lottery ticket.
Okay, who are we waiting on now?
Probably James, because he's probably playing Path of Exile.
Eugene's here.
Okay, just put your check in the box.
What's in the box? What's in the box?
Box.
And Danny is technically a circle?
It's in the chat box.
Okay, fine.
Oh, I see it. Okay. I didn't see that before. Thank you.
Jinko?
Yeah.
I'm scared. Oh.
Jinko's never going to see Lulu again.
Do you wanna die?
But you guys made out with Slobberchops and Broccoli, so.
Yeah, we did. Slobberchops made it all the way.
People even said, chat, like, holy shit, Slobberchops is still alive. It's like, well, you got a monk who's threatened to destroy somebody if they hurt him.
So who survived from the beginning of the hours? It was me and Jinko and I think one other character.
Suppose technically Jindoran, but
Yeah.
not really. Because...
Right. Yeah, it was just... Who the fuck else was it?
No, it was. It's just Exacto and Jinko made it.
Yeah, you're the only two survived. That's right. Yeah, because James makes characters and... Yeah. Yeah, because Jewel... Yeah. Damn, yeah, it was just the two of you.
So who's the one person that we're waiting for now?
Probably James.
Okay.
I don't know, I'm just saying that. Path of Exile.
Have you played that?
No, but he's a big player of it, and I just give him a lot of shit because he's always playing it.
It looks a lot like Diablo. I started playing it, but the graphics are not so great, and
Yeah,
I
I played it once. I won't lie. I played it for like, I think like the first maybe 2 or 3 hours, and I was like, nah.
I played it a little bit. I actually went back to Diablo 3 this week as Season 20 started.
Ooh.
I tend to do it when the seasons come around. I go hard on it for about 2 weeks and then just leave it to the next season.
I've been playing Age of Wonders 3 as my video. Have you guys tried that?
I think I did. I can't remember how long ago, but I vaguely remember playing it.
I'm a big player of Age of Empires 2.
I played Pathfinder.
The video version of Pathfinder?
Yeah, that the video version, and then also I played Path of Exile.
How is the Pathfinder video version?
I guess it's all right. It's about like the D&D online version, if you've ever played that.
No, I haven't.
It's you've got to pay to get a lot of your different classes and characters. They just give you basic, ones that you can play right out, and then to play the better classes and races, you have to pay for them. I'm not too into the pay to play,
Yeah.
That's kind of like why I like Path of Exile. I mean, you don't have to pay anything, and you can do just as good as anybody else.
James. Yep, told you, it's James.
Yeah, it is James.
He must be addicted to that game. It says he's playing it.
Yeah, that's all
Yeah, he absolutely is playing.
I told you he was playing it. He probably has his headphones off.
Since I've been all by myself here, I've been playing Gloomhaven solo.
The board game or the video game version?
The board game. I don't know if they have a video game for it yet.
They do. I've got it on Steam. I got it when it first came out.
Oh, really?
It's updates all the time. Yeah.
How is it?
It's pretty good. It's not finished yet, but I think it'll be a pretty good game. It's not. I don't think it's going to compare to the board game version, but they never really will.
Waiting on one person. Waiting on James, like
Yeah,
normal.
this whole coronavirus put a big hamper on my face-to-face gaming.
Yeah, that's certainly for a lot of people. One of my players in the Avernus campaign, she's got the coronavirus. So she's missed the last 2 sessions. I messaged her earlier. But she said she's breathing a lot easier now, so hopefully she'll be on the mend.
Well,
How old is she?
She's 29.
Hey, Fargo.
What?
Stop playing Poe. It's about time you get back.
I'm not playing Poe. I was having a bio break.
Uh-huh.
It said
Okay.
you were playing Path of Exile.
It did say you were playing Path of Exile.
Path of Exile is open. It's always open. I have to do trades. Chad, you know I always have it open. Shut up.
Pratt. Cute. Do we see it? It'd be funny if we saw a flyer.
So you've managed to clear the deck of skeletons. You can see up onto the upper deck. It's basically overrun with crabs and bits of seaweed and various other things. You've now got some doors in front of you and some steps leading down. The doors in front of you, where Eugene is, obviously they're the ones that the Minotaur came crashing through.
So those are open, I'm guessing.
But they're closed at the moment. They're closed behind him, but they're clearly not locked. He didn't stop to lock the door behind him or anything.
She had the intelligence to close a door behind him?
No, they just slam shut behind him.
Oh, right. Okay, cool.
Can you unlock tokens, please?
I've been trying to say I'm trying to open those doors, but my mic was muted. So here we go.
So are the doors do they appear to be locked or?
No, still nothing appears to be locked.
I'm going to try to open this door on the upper deck here, leading into what I would assume to be a.
Okay, well the way this,
captain's cabin.
yeah, the way this map does it, it's a fairly strange way they've done it, but by all means. So you move into here. And what you see are straw beds lying either side of this room. Most are disheveled and missing blankets. However, the bed closest to you and along the north wall has a human skeleton upon it, resting with a dagger between two ribs near where its heart would have been. The far left bed is covered in a blanket and appears to be concealing something.
Do we have any ideas like for the shape or?
I'll
As
go ahead
far
and
as you can see,
what this is concealed by the blank.
okay.
If I noticed he opened that door and went in, I'll start moving towards that direction.
I was about to ask if anybody had seen Alder.
So tokens that are unlocked at the moment, you want to position yourselves wherever you choose at the moment.
I'm gonna stay up by this door. Just wait.
Okay.
Were we smart enough to bring up the bucket of ice?
What was this on? Or do we leave it on the boat or do we bring it with us?
I don't think we brought it with us.
So you're investigating the bed with something covering it?
That's correct.
Okay.
Sorry. I can't derail shit so much.
So as you do so,
I fucking derail so much shit. Uh-oh.
a skeleton rises from the bed, and the skeleton that was lying with a dagger in it has now also risen and moved to attack.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Chaz, what would you like to do?
I'm gonna move my hex onto that skeleton. I will hex his strength, and I will shoot an eldritch blast his.
Uh-oh.
You hit.
So I think that door is right there.
Doing some heavy damage to it. And your hex takes it down.
Oh.
Alrighty, and then I'm gonna yell, "Hey guys, we got it! I just killed a skeleton. We got one more. Come on!"
So the
And I'll step outside of the door there to give I guess out here to give them the easy entrance.
so that door right there is the entrance, right?
That is the entrance.
All right. I'll get there then. That's as far as I can go. And I'll let out a roar.
Aldir.
I'm going to look at the skeleton, and I am going to cast my Sacred Flame on it.
Okay.
Roar. Whoa.
It succeeds against your Sacred Flame.
Sad. That's all I am.
All right. I'll take and move here by the door. I'm not going to let it out.
Okay. Eugene.
Well, hearing the commotion, and I heard him say there's only one left. I think, they can handle one skeleton, and I'm just gonna wait here by the door.
Okay, skeleton is going to attempt to pursue Aldir out onto the ship. And misses with his short sword attack. Merrick.
Hearing that, I'll run over to the mast, taking my bow out, and bonus action, hide.
Okay. You are hidden. Kendas.
I am going to step up behind our barbarian friend.
Okay. Although it looks like he's like further down, that door you can see in front of you is open, with Aldir standing in it and a skeleton attempting to attack him. So you would still have line of sight at that point.
There.
Yeah.
Awesome. So I'm basically just using low authority field. I'm going to step round the side of him, draw my bow, and shoot.
You get some eye dribble on top of your head.
I don't know how to respond to that. That is disgusting. So, getting the eye dribble on his head, he looks up at you and is like, "You really are disgusting. Never much cared for Goliaths, but I never met one that I cared for less than you."
Maybe put your head next to this one. Sorry.
Let's see whose head goes by. Oh, try.
I guess I scared you.
Get a little bit of that in your eye.
Yeah. Got eye juice in my eye, not my own. Get him, Chaz.
Alright, so I've got line of sight, I'm guessing.
Yep, you would.
Alright, I am going to... I'm going to transfer my hex onto him first.
You hit with your Eldritch Blast.
And again with the strength hexing.
You're doing some heavy damage. And he falls down in a
I'm a
couple of
skeleton
bursts.
killing machine, bitches.
I know you guys can handle it.
Skeleton killer, lady killer. What else can you do?
Yeah, just a killer, man.
Thank you, Saz.
Take your seat out.
It's how I be, yo.
We still don't cover.
And then I'll move in and start searching the bed.
Okay. Under the bed that had the skeleton impaled by the rusty dagger is a very small brass chest.
Ooh.
The chest is currently locked.
Ooh, we have a key.
Eugene. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
Merrick. Merrick, we need your services in here.
Alright. I will make my way over and into there.
Okay.
taking a look at it, I'll check for traps.
I will assist.
It's very small. You'd be surprised if there are any traps on this.
Okay, so I will try to pick it.
Okay, do you want to roll with your thieves' tools?
Yeah. It's a sleight of hand, right?
Yeah, you can do sleight of hand.
Thank you for the
That
fellow.
is actually enough. It is
Tedious
not very
fusion.
well locked.
Thank you very
It's a
much.
fairly flimsy thing. Inside, you see it contains a small band-style ring that appears to have been created by weaving thin strands of wire together. It is virtually worthless. But what it also inside, you find a note.
So I'll show it to Shaz so you can take a look at it.
Yeah, I'm not happy with the font.
Gretchen.
I thought that was pretty good for a pirate.
Pretty good handwriting.
The captain isn't himself anymore, and the crew is becoming more hostile, and there are even
What's
whispers
going
of
on
mutiny.
in there?
Not decided which side to take.
So
Either choice
apparently
is
Peter
dangerous.
was
Does
one of
look
the
in a
crewmen
mutiny.
of this ship,
Been passing around
and he had a
black
thing
cloth
for
away when the time
Gretchen.
comes. But choose when it happens. However, if you're
and
reading this, I may have
was
chosen
part of a
poorly.
mutinous group that I guess did not succeed.
For hopefully I have the
And
chance to
I
get
found a
to.
note,
I don't just know that I
love
love
note
you,
from him to Gretchen.
Peter.
I've still got this key. Do we have anything to open?
Peter, pumpkin
The
eater.
key doesn't appear to open anything in here.
It does open my heart.
Oh god.
I don't think I'm your type.
Alright, I'm heading out. Let's keep going. We gotta
Well,
hurry
there-
up before those other skeletons get back to shore.
There is
Okay.
this other door over here.
There's also the door further up from the one you just entered.
If anyone has come up to me, Eugene, I'm gonna go ahead and open these double doors.
Yeah, I'll be moving up there to be ready.
That's a really nice letter. That's so sweet.
Oh.
Okay, so the part I've just unmasked, you can see that this was living quarters for several ship members. A large bed, its mattress obviously waterlogged, rests along the far wall. Two hammocks are hanging 4 feet above the other, line each the side of the sidewalks. A small wooden scroll case dangles from the top hammock on the left.
I will go to that scroll, check it out.
The scroll case is made from bamboo. It appears to be waterproof. Inside are several pieces of parchment, a quill, and a dry bottle of ink. Most of the parchment is filled with doodles, but one contains a message.
A doodle. Doodle toodle. Mom, you
The
are right.
same font.
I'm not cut out to be a sailor. Every time I eat,
You guys must have had the same penmanship.
whilst on the ship, I have to run to the deck, lean over the railing, and lose my stomach. Hey, that sounds like Kindus. All the crew left me and have started calling me up. Up, Chuck. What's up, Chuck?
His name's Chuck.
What's up, Chuck? The cook and the parrot are getting on my nerves too. That bird instantly knows the cook flying by his
Chuck was
head,
not a happy member of his
pooping on
class.
him or his butcher knife. Cook can't do anything, seeing as
Apparently
Peaches
does not like the bird.
as the first mate's bird and all. I'm jumping ship next session again. We need to save the bird. If there's a skeleton bird, we need it.
I'll move into the captain's quarters and start searching around.
Thank you
This
for
is
the
captain's
fellow.
quarters. This is where you saw the
Divertitus.
Minotaur come out of. So the only area left to really search is the large bed. As you look under it, you find a small silver chest.
Okay, Merrick. Come and get it.
I have this key. Would you like me to try it first?
Sure. But you might want to check for traps before you put that key in there.
You make a valid point.
Stick it in.
Although, if we have the key, would a trap be activated?
Perhaps not.
Do you
Well,
really
we'll check
want
it
to try-
anyway.
I was about to say, do you really want to try and find out?
Are you sure?
Yes.
You gonna do the key or what?
Go ahead and check for traps, just to be on the safe side.
I'll assist Merrick to give you advantage on your search.
Like, are you sure?
Yeah, you can. This is a very small silver chest, and a cursory glance tells you that there are no traps.
Okay, Eugene, it's all you, baby.
All right, I will.
Hey, there's my assistant. I was wondering where my assistant went. Oh wait, tonight's date night for you. How's date night going?
Open the lid.
How's double date night going, Azil?
You open it. The chest contains 50 copper pieces, a potion, and a small book. In looking in the book, you can reveal it is written in common. The grammar is very poor, as is the penmanship, and it appears to be a log of the weather with the last date, which was over 100 years ago. A list of ships' names, and it looks like they were either victims of the Salty Griffin or members of the crew. And a partial notation is at the end. It's very poorly written and very badly stained.
Giggity. Oh shit! Oh god, I can't read that. I'm old. God, I can't read that. Did it right be by Fargrim? Can't make shit out.
Wrong game.
You said there was this potion. Can I tell what kind of potion it is just by looking at it?
Yeah, if you look in the party sheet, you'll see that it is in fact a potion of healing. You recognise that fairly clearly.
I found a potion. Anybody want it?
Anybody need it?
Does it ale?
It tastes like fish eyes.
Give it to Merrick.
Oh my god.
So
I really need to fix
second
that
to
chair.
last entry says dark skies all day, not like Captain pushing around. And then the last entry,
Passed her
whoever's
by.
writing this, Tarsak, looks like he says Tars.
Not like Captain.
So he was interrupted while writing.
Either that, or he was trying to say.
It's Brittany, bitch.
Trying to write the date.
Yeah, I believe Tarsak is the moon cycle, the month.
Oh.
It's that time of month.
In a way. But what else?
I
The
should
potion.
get the Holy Grail when they like
Oh,
castle.
yeah. What else was in this box besides the journal and the potion and the 50 copper?
50 copper.
Very nice.
I don't need this. Anyone else want this money?
Let's keep it in the party sheet.
Ale. Need to put.
So the only remaining door to open is the one that Aldir is currently standing in front of. That was up the steps above the crew's quarters that you found.
Interesting.
And we'll just move over to the landing.
So the doors are warped, stuck in their frames a little bit, but you get the impression a hefty post will open.
And by this time, that bless would have worn off. I don't know how to take those
Well,
off.
let's try going in this door on the upper deck.
So that's the part I've just unmasked to the top. And inside you can see that what once were two nice beds now lay rotten in each of the back corners of this room. 2 wooden footlockers sit at the foot of each of the beds, and between the beds, a small birdcage hangs in front of a large window that's missing several panes of glass. Shortly after you open the door, you hear a strange voice say, "Shiver me timbers!"
Oh, no, it's the parrot. Hmm.
I'm gonna look in the bird cage.
Inside the birdcage, you can see that the ship's pet is still in there. It looks like a parrot, or what was once a parrot. It's now basically a zombie parrot.
Oh, we need it.
Of all the things.
You can see that inscribed in the base of the brass birdcage is the name Peaches.
We need him.
Hey, look, there's an eye hanging out. Anybody hungry?
We need.
Hello, Peaches.
We need Peaches.
And he
Yeah,
hears-
we need
as
to-
he hears his name being spoken, he says, "Yes, that's my name.
Where's the Captain Peaches?
Oh, beats me. Peaches is great.
You don't look so great.
Oh, Peaches is great."
Talking to a bird.
I'm gonna blast him.
Oh no!
Now, I want to ask him if he knows anything about the captain's treasure.
He says, "Feed me first.
Feed you. What would you like to eat?
Meat."
He wants to eat you out here.
Meat. We have some fish eyes.
Oh, yeah, fish eyes.
Bring that bucket of fish eyes.
Didn't we leave it on the boat?
Uh,
It is on the boat, yes.
I guess we left it.
Lothar, give him one of yours.
So Lothar's not with you. Are you? Lothar's. Are you gonna look down onto the deck, see what Lothar's doing?
Yeah, Lothar is on the deck. His back end is over the edge of the ship, and he appears to be.
While I'm
Appears to be-
talking to Peaches, I'm gonna look in these 2 sea chests that are at the bottom of these beds.
Yeah, you can look through the lockers. Neither one of them appears to be locked, and lifting them up, you can see what seems to be
Hey,
several
look.
deteriorated sets.
He's not. But I want him.
Waterlogged clothes.
He would look good on my shoulder.
You can't tell if there's anything underneath them just by looking in.
And the window just gives way out to the ocean. There's nothing.
Yeah.
Well, in that case, I'm gonna go over and take the bird cage, and we'll walk out on the deck.
And as you do, Peaches saying, "Peaches wants to be free. Peaches wants to be free."
And
Will you
Lothar
stay with Peaches?
will stand up, seeing this like finishing up, and we'll see Lothar see Peaches and Lothar give.
Alder, do you really want to let an undead bird loose in the water?
I may make a deal with him. If he'll show us where the captain's treasure is,
Yeah,
then I'll free him.
Lothar will give him an eye.
As you do, Peaches merrily chomps away on the eye and says, "You're Peach's friends. Peach's friend."
Where is the treasure at, Peaches?
Ah, Shiny's down below.
No, we haven't gone down below yet.
No, there are the lower decks that you haven't explored yet.
Oh, yeah.
Let's leave Peaches in his cage for now and check the lower decks, I think.
Peaches, would you like to accompany us?
Yeah, I said Peaches free. I said Peaches free.
I don't know about that.
Lothar isn't the brightest person or creature in the world. So holding the cage, Lothar will go to open the cage because he wants to pet the pretty bird.
I'm gonna try to stop Lothar.
Mo.
As Lothar opens the cage, Peaches eagerly hops out, hops
no.
onto Lothar's shoulder, and says, "Peaches is great. Peaches is your friend," and perches on Lothar's shoulder happily.
Yes. Excellent. Oh, hello, Peaches. You're my new friend. You will come with me, and I will look at everyone. No one hurts Peaches, or you deal with me.
Who likes bruised peaches? Shall we head down then?
Let's go below. Peaches says that's where the shiny
So-
stuff is.
Yep. So you can go down the stairs.
Yes.
Yes, we'll go downstairs.
So you descend the creaking stairs and you enter a large room. 3 long tables surrounded by stools are at the far end of the room. The skeletal remains of a crew member wearing a black headband sit in a chair. His upper torso is sprawled out on the table. A quarrel is strapped to its hip and it clutches a salmon-coloured crossbow.
Nice.
Another set of stairs leads into the bowels of the ship, but the door is locked and barricaded with planks and nails. A long table and a small metal stove sit along the left wall. Behind the table stands a large figure. Its green skin is shriveled and puckered as if it were a plum left out in the sun. The creature, or what must have once been a half-orc, wields a large butcher knife, and he slams it almost rhythmically against the table, as if it were chopping something.
Well,
But it doesn't appear that he actually is chopping anything.
Doesn't appear if he is. As he come down, Peaches gets more and more animated and says, "Squawk, stinky head, stinky head." He does not appear to like the cook.
you know, like cook Peaches. Is he bad?
Bad man, bad man.
What?
Lothar.
Why is he bad?
Lothar smash.
Wait, Lothar. Find out more first.
Yo, Stinky Head, what up?
The half-orc appears to take no notice of you and just keeps rhythmically chopping.
Shall I blast him?
Yeah, Lothar's walking up to smash it
Blast him.
because Peaches doesn't like him.
Alright, I'll transfer my hex to him and blast him.
Features no like, we kill. Peaches is
I'm
like,
gonna be watching the skeletal figure with the crossbow, readying my sacred flame in case he starts to move.
This poor cook was doing nothing to you guys.
Would I be able to smash him before he notices?
I mean, he's there. In actual fact, once he hears Peaches, he becomes very animated and very angry looking.
Lothar smash.
There's no love lost between Peaches and this cook.
Features, why is he a bad man? It's a bird.
Bad man, bad man. And Eugene, it is your turn.
Yeah. Well, this thing hasn't really done anything to us yet. I will. What's the? Is it dark in here? Oh well, there's holes in the walls, right? From the. So it's bright enough in here we can see.
Yeah, there were portholes along the side, and
Right.
there's holes in the side of the ship now anyway. When you first saw it, you couldn't believe it was still afloat.
I'll reach out to Lothar and grant him some guidance. Like, all right, big man, you do what you need to do.
Lothar smash.
And I'm
Yes.
done.
Right. Peaches, you want me to put an arrow in this guy?
Yeah, kill him, stupid head, stinky head.
Oi, stinky head!
You hit.
I'm gonna goad him as I draw my string back. Stinky head! Be hit in the head!
The arrow hits home and does some pretty major damage.
You like that, Peaches?
Do more, do more.
Get him, Lothar!
And Lothar say, "You move, puny little person, and will walk yonder."
All those blesses have worn off by now.
So you can take them off individually.
Can I? I can do that. Sorry, it's been a while since I've used Fantasy Grounds.
Yeah, just the head with all the dots above it, you can remove all effects you apply on people.
Ah, I see. Okay, great. Thank you.
And yeah, Lothar will smash down onto Stinky Head.
You hit with your great axe.
Lothar smash. Ha.
Doing some heavy damage.
Maybe not as good as could be, but I still smash for Peaches.
Alright, I got line of sight on this guy.
You do?
I'm gonna blast him.
Your
Well,
Eldritch Blast goes.
Over
Flying
his
past.
shoulder. And then I'll say, get him!
I'll do.
Alright, so I'll go ahead and, since the skeleton over there with the crossbow isn't moving, I'm going to go ahead and cast my Sacred Flame at the zombie.
Zombie, zombie, zombie.
Hey. Oh my
The
lord.
radiant damage comes crashing down onto the zombie, and he is unable to avoid it, taking some damage.
And that's all I'm going to do right now.
So the zombie is enraged. Cedric the cook, he raises his chopper and attempts to chop at Lothar, who seems to be holding the parrot that he detests.
Huh.
But unfortunately, he misses.
puny Stinky Head.
Merrick,
Eric can take a short bow and a shot.
your short bow, magnificent hit straight into the zombie,
Stinky Head.
Blam.
blasting it into several pieces. As it falls down to the ground, Peaches is absolutely delighted, filled with joy. He's bouncing up and down on Lothar's shoulder, saying, "Stinky Head had it coming." He even attempts to fly around Lothar, but he doesn't actually have any workable feathers and just falls on the ground.
I would,
Quite a vocabulary, though.
as he goes to fall, I'd like to catch him and put him back on my shoulder and give him a little pet.
You do so, and he delightfully nibbles your ear, and the rest of the party know that as he does so, some blood trickles down your neck.
I am okay with this,
Oh, boy.
and I will give him
The zombie effect.
I'll offer him another eye.
Munches on it merrily.
I hope I turn into a zombie.
I'm going to walk over to the skeleton and check out this crossbow that he's carrying, or that he has.
Okay, that is what it looks like.
That's fancy.
Ooh.
Did he? You said he had a butcher knife too.
There was just, a very severely corroded butcher knife that the cook had been using and attempting to chop things with.
Okay, thank you.
I would not like to sit by one of those arrows.
I'll look at the crossbow. Does it look like it's succumbed to any water damage over the time it's been underwater?
No, it looks like it was very well made. Even the string seems to be fully functioning. It looks like a usable crossbow to you.
Alder, I don't know if you have Detect Magic memorized, but this could be a magical crossbow since it hasn't suffered any damage.
Well, I do have Identify, but I would have to use it as a ritual. It'd take about an hour, I believe.
10 minutes.
10 minutes.
Thank you for the
So
follow.
take
Do clerics cast ritual spells?
Off Bag of Brand. Brand? Yeah, thank you. Welcome.
I can because I'm of the Forge domain.
Oh, wow. Okay, I didn't realize that. Cool.
And so, if you want me to, I can try to identify it while y'all search the rest of the ship.
Sounds good. I'll start looking around.
Yeah,
And
you don't hear any further movement at the moment. So if you want to say that you took 10 minutes, I can tell you that after looking at the crossbow and crossbow bolt, although the crossbow itself looks very fancy and very well made, it has no magical essence coming from it. The bolts themselves, however, do appear to have some magic in them. And they are now in the party sheet.
Would anybody be able to use these crossbow bolts or the crossbow itself? It seems to be made of the sea, and the crossbow bolts themselves are seem to be magical. How many bolts are there? 3?
There are 3.
Does anybody else carry a light crossbow?
I think anyone can use one. The light crossbows come under simple weapons. They're not martial weapons.
Too small.
I mean, I actually carry a light crossbow myself, so.
So go ahead.
As do I, but you can keep the bolts.
All right.
Too small.
So if you want any of those, just drag it from the party sheet into your inventory. Same for the potion of healing that's currently sitting there.
Do we know anything about the bolts, Danny? Did the Identify reveal what magic in them is?
It's just they're +1 bolts.
Oh, right. They are some nasty looking bolts.
The tips seem to be made out of coral.
So at this point, you have a door to the west and a door to the east.
I'm going to walk up and listen to the door to the east.
Okay, you don't hear anything.
I will do the same at the door to the west.
I don't hear anything behind this door.
Again, you hear nothing either.
Sounds like there's nothing coming from this door either. I'd like to try the door to see if it's locked.
It is not. It opens fairly easily.
I will push the door.
This appears to be a storage room. It would, from what you can tell, it would once have held oranges, eggs, flour, rice, beans, salted pork, hardtack, things that a crew would have had for a long sea voyage. Large teeth marks from some unknown sea creature can be found covering the crates and barrels that contain the eggs, salted pork, and hardtack, and only little bits of meat and egg shell can be found inside these containers. The rice and beans have expanded from being waterlogged, and the barrels holding these items are about to burst.
Nice.
Peaches, you want some meat?
Peaches looks excited and tries to hop down from Lothar to come into the room with you.
Yes, Lothar will take him over.
So Peaches then said, Stinky Head's room, towards the door that Kenneth is currently standing in front of.
Yeah, we can't see that.
Is there a door there? Sorry.
There is a door there.
Can you reveal a little more? There we go.
Can you? I'd like to press my ear against the door, see if I hear anything.
You don't hear anything.
I'll open the door.
It opens fairly easily, albeit a bit waterlogged. As you look in the door, a large waterlogged straw bed sits to the right and a small metal chest to the left.
Well, there's a chest in here.
And
I do
Peaches
believe.
looks very excited and saying, "Let me in there! Let me in there!"
Come on then, get in.
Lothar will take him in.
Okay, so as you go in, Peaches leaps down from off your shoulder, moves straight over to the cook's bed, and deposits a fairly large bird nest.
Oh my god. That's fucking awesome. Do you feel better, Peaches?
Oh yeah, Stinky Head had it coming.
Yes. I understand.
I would like to call out to our party's rogue and inform him there's a chest in there that may need picking and checking for traps.
I'll assist Merrick if he wants to do some search.
I'll put Peaches back onto my shoulder.
Peaches looks very contented. Merrick, are you investigating the chest?
Sure, I'll take a look.
Well, even the most casual of glances tells you that the chest is unlocked. And in fact, when you open it, it contains 3 dirty off-white aprons, a worthless set of cooking utensils, and a small pouch. The pouch just contains 10 copper pieces and a note.
If there's a spatula and a ladle, I'll take those.
Captain didn't shed a tear while he carried off,
With the rest of the party.
but I did. He buried her up along the shore. I had to pay on this. Stay on the ship to tend to things, but I wished I'd be able to
He
go.
buried her up
Miss
along the
Abigail.
shore.
Ooh, Miss Abigail.
Maybe we should look for her burial site.
Like maybe under a big boulder.
Miss
I was just thinking
Abigail.
the same.
Right?
So the big boulder's potentially gravestone.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. I'll go and listen at the other door.
You don't hear anything?
As Chaz pushes past me, I'm just going to walk over, pick a piece of meat out of the barrel, and walk up to Lothar and offer it to Peaches.
Peaches merrily chomps down and is messily eating it, and what appears to be a piece of Lothar's ear.
Alright, Lothar, I'm about to open up this door.
I don't care. Did I miss what the baker's name was? The stinky head guy.
The note?
No, the guy we killed, the stinky head that Peaches didn't like. Does he have a name?
That was a ship's cook.
Okay, did he have a name?
Cedric.
Thank you. Peaches is nibbling on my ear.
I will try turning the knob and kicking open the door.
Oh, the Baker Beck and Sure with the gooey buns. Sorry.
The room, it looks like it may have been some kind of second crew quarters. There are 4 hammocks, one on each wall.
What was
2 hanging
the...
from the ceiling, they're swaying. An animated skeleton, its black headband slipped down over its eye sockets, is in the far right hammock. It's flailing,
I think it was
flailing
Beatrice.
about and stuck.
I want to say Beatrice.
The undead's arms and legs have slipped through the hammock netting, and it can't escape.
Beatrice, something like that.
Well, I'm going to blast it unless you want me to roll initiative.
No, it's quite clearly not able to engage in combat with you.
Okay, I'll transfer my hex onto him.
Maybe Peaches recognizes him.
I will. Do I get advantage?
You'd just be able to do whatever you want to this. It can't escape, it can't move, it's completely trapped him. In fact, Peaches makes his way over to the disabled skeleton, perches on his head, and begins pecking away.
You don't like this skeleton, Peaches.
At that point, Peaches jumps down, goes to the door to the east, and says, "Ah, shiny shield, shiny shield."
Lothar is very interested in that, and will open or go there.
So that is the door to the east of the room that Shaz is in. So you turn the handle, the door opens.
And roll initiative. And we'll put Peaches back on my shoulder.
I'm going to blast that skeleton until it's dead.
As you attempted to open the door, you noticed some spikes embedded in the wall to the side. So as you turned the handle of the door, you pulled your hand back just in time to avoid the spikes that would have impaled your wrist.
Ooh. Peaches, how come you didn't tell me about this?
Peaches says, I didn't know.
Oh, it's okay. I understand.
Larry, can you
Actually,
just
look
disable
inside.
those spikes?
Well, the trap has been sprung, and Lothar's, luckily his passive perception was enough for him to notice that.
Ah.
So rusty weapons of all sorts are attached to the walls of this room. Most appear useless, save for a glistening shield made from what appears to be mother of pearl. It's locked behind a rusty iron cage in the far corner of the room. As you look across, you see a gigantic figure stand in the corner of the room.
Uh-oh.
And as you do, Peaches reacts for the first time with something approaching terror and says, "It's Stains! Stain!"
Stain?
Stains, it appears to be the name of this crew member.
Come here. I want to make the cum stain joke.
So Merrick, you've seen Lothar manage to avoid a trap. You've heard the excited squawks of the parrot, zombie parrot on his neck, and you hear something big and lumbering moving in the room.
Sorry. I will just basically... I think what I'm going to do is just basically duck under the table and hide.
Okay.
I will get my bow out and I will hold my action because the door is open, correct?
The doors are open, yeah.
So I'll hold my action to fire if I see something come into view.
Okay. Is that okay, Candace? Candace?
Sorry, I was muted. What I was saying is, every time you use that extension that calls for a roll, it won't let me click it.
Oh, okay.
User error.
Chat error. Right. Oof, that is one scary ass looking zombie. So, from where I am, can I see it through both doors, or is the wall in the way for the second door?
No, you'd be able to see through. The doors were left open.
Am I able to get an arrow past the gigantic Goliath?
Yeah, you'd be able to do that. The ogre, if anything, is even bigger.
Oh, Lothar. Something bigger than you. Well, the bigger they are, the easier they are to... I was expecting a fail there as well. So, pull my bowstring back and fire an arrow at this creature. Hopefully not trying to hit Lothar or Peaches. Oh, for crying out loud. Loving them ones tonight.
Thank you for the follow, Preto Bibli.
Again, Lothar, you've seen this huge beast stagger to its feet in front of you, and this is the first time you've seen Peaches even vaguely afraid.
So Lothar, seeing Peaches being scared, it'll make him go angry, and he will also recklessly attack. As I go up there to swing on the big thing. I might need to move one more. Yes, and I will swing on him. Lothar smash.
You hit with your great axe.
Uh-oh.
It bites deep, but the huge creature seems unfazed.
Uh-oh.
Shaz.
Uh-oh.
I'll move to the other side of that door, and then I'll peek my head in the doorway. I'll transfer my hex to him, and again I will hex strength, and then I will attack with my Eldritch Blast, and I will blast him with force damage that knocks him back a little bit, and then he suffers some necrotic on top of that, and I say blah.
Some pretty good damage. Eugene.
Alright, I'm going to take a step back so I can try to get a good line of sight on the ogre.
You have good line of sight.
And I will shout, "You will not hurt my friends!" And I will cast Bane on the ogre.
He fails against your bane.
Fantastic. Let's see. He now has a d4 against his attacks.
He saves. Aldir.
Hearing the commotion, I'm going to move up to there. And I'll be right. Let's see. I'm going to go ahead and take the dash action.
Okay. Okay.
and run into right there. I can't really see him from there, but at least I can get to him.
Oh, excuse me.
I didn't want to get in anybody else's way.
So the huge creature lumbers to its feet. He's seen the Goliath in front of him, and he's going to attack with his Morning Star.
Uh-oh.
Looks like you didn't target him.
Yeah, you didn't have me targeted. Which I'm assuming it's going to be me.
It was you. Ray misses you, but he lumbers across, dwarfs over you, and the rest of the party see that you are completely almost enveloped by semen stains.
Okay, so basically you're saying his dong is like right in front of my face.
Well, when I hear it enveloped, I picture him as an envelope and you entering him.
Oh, Stain. It got rated R real quick and in a hurry.
You have seen semen stains all over Lothar.
You're all up in your shit.
So would that have actually triggered my hold action to have fired?
It certainly triggered something within you.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah.
Oh god.
So that was your held action. Now you have your regular action.
Action, and I would fire again.
Damn.
Yep, you will.
Holy shit.
Oh my god.
All right.
On point.
So Merrick doing his best to get semen stains off Lothar.
So you get sneak attack
Oh, I should have gotten sneak attack.
Oh my god.
on both of those, right?
Jesus.
Yeah, should I try to just roll those?
Thank you for the follow.
Yeah, just do the
Super size. Oh my god.
I roll just the damage against them.
We're fighting
D6 and he can
Just
drag
roll
it on.
2d6 and then you can.
we're
just
fighting currently fighting a zombie named Seaman Stains.
drag it from the chat window straight onto the table.
Oh lord. You're fucking killing me over here.
No, that didn't work. Drag that to the token.
Yep, you grab the 6 that you just rolled and drag it straight onto the token, onto semen stains on the map.
Oh jeez.
Okay, there we go.
Okay, Candace.
Did you drag the damage onto Seaman Stain?
Yeah, he took the damage.
Oh, okay.
So I'm going to move a little bit to the south. And then I am going to point my bow at Seaman Stains. And I am going to attempt to put a big prick in him. Hey!
That's a hit.
Fantastic. And at that I will pass my turn.
So Lothar will look up at Seaman Stains and will look down at himself and will realize that he will never be a real Goliath. And that will send him make him even angrier. So he was going to reckless attack again. Because now he has to know that he's never going to be as big as Seaman Stains.
Oh, poor Lothar.
He hits with his great axe.
Poor Lothar. Lothar is sad now.
The Shaz will say, Lothar, big is not necessarily better. And I will blast him. Oh, but I will miss. And I'll just step aside.
Eugene.
Do I still have line of sight from here?
Yeah, you still have line of sight. That's a fairly big target.
Fair enough.
There is an awful lot of semen stains.
Is he? He's very large.
Well, I will use my sacred flame to try to burn off those stains.
Oh my god.
Some stains just can't be burned off.
So
Negative 5.
He fails his saving throw, yeah.
Nice.
That was the Bane, I think, wasn't it?
Yeah, the Bane gave him a negative 4.
Excellent.
Only 2 damage though, but that's okay.
Takes 2 radiant damage. Aldir.
Can I still see him? I can still see him through the door, correct?
Oh, yeah, you can see him clearly.
All right, then I will cast Toll the Dead.
Jesus.
He fails his saving throw. And falls down.
Nice.
Demon stains. It's just a mess on the floor now.
Can Lothar make a dex save to make sure he gets out of the way of this big giant dong?
No, you're pretty much covered in semen stains.
Okay.
Oh my god.
So I'll pull. I'll take some of it off and I'll hand it over to Peaches and see if he wants some.
Peaches
Some
recoils at that one. Even Peaches doesn't want any of this.
Dan, you picked this module just because of the semen stains.
Or did you rename him Semen Stains?
I invented that entire encounter. Actually.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
Very well done.
Very well played, sir.
So you're in a room. Peaches is excited. He's pecking away at the cage that holds the shield you saw. It appears to be made of mother of pearl. It's a rusty iron cage. You don't see a key at the moment that would open it.
Peaches, do you have the key?
It says, bash it open. Just bash it open.
Yes, Lothar. Actually, yeah. I'm sorry. Lothar wouldn't have even asked. He would have just smashed into it and tried to open it. Lothar doesn't do keys.
Okay. Is anybody going to try and help Lothar?
Doesn't look like he needs it.
No, he doesn't. He easily smashes it open. The shield you take out, and that is what it looks like.
Ooh, it's an oyster.
Oh, oyster
it's a big clam. Lothar, not even caring about anyone else, will take the little shit one that he's wearing currently, take it off, throw it on the ground, and put this one on. And not even looking to see if there's anything wrong with it.
It is in the party sheet.
Because Lothar doesn't care.
Lothar doesn't care that he uses a great big axe and can't wear a shield. Just takes it anyway.
Actually, I think I can.
Can you?
I don't know. Oh. Probably not. Well, then he'll like, so yeah, the axe. So he puts the axe away, and then we'll take the longsword, and then like look like, eh.
Excellent. Very well played.
Yes, I'll do that really quick. Shield. And
So on the far wall, you see two
Oops.
staircases. One
Yep.
appears to lead back onto the main deck. The other looks like it leads down into the lowest level of the ship. And there is another door to your east.
Probably the bilge. I'm gonna listen at this door.
The stairs that are leading up look like they have been smashed, either with some kind of axe or giant maul. You don't look like you can get back up to the main deck that way.
Oh dear.
You hear nothing at the door.
All right, fellas, come on in. I'm gonna open this door.
I'm going to be watching these stairs in case something comes up.
So the door creaks open and it appears to open to a large stateroom. On the left of the room, at the foot of a large four-poster bed, sits a metal trunk. Porthole windows are on either side of the room, and sitting in a moss-draped chair behind a sand-covered mahogany desk is a skeleton wearing a captain's hat and a red coat over leather armor. A dagger rests on its right hip and a rapier on the left. The skeleton stands, rolls his fingers as if motioning you into the room, and then waits, tapping the top of a finely crafted hourglass with his large bony finger.
Time to kill the captain, Negroes.
Doesn't appear to be attacking us.
He is not attacking you. In fact, he's actually beckoning you into the room.
So Shaz will walk in and say, you keep sending these skeletons off to kill the people out the cove. What's up with...
So as the door is opened, Peaches eagerly jumps into the room, squawking and says, "Squawk! Captain Red! Captain Red!" And he walks across to the skeleton, which lifts Peaches up and perches him on his shoulder.
whoa.
Captain Dread Red stands expectantly waiting for you to enter the room.
Yeah, I think I just
Whoa.
stole your bird.
Whoa.
I'll step aside a little bit to let everybody else join. I said, looks like this captain wants to talk. What's the parlay?
Well, Peaches, I fed you.
So you could click it that time, James. That one worked.
That one works, yeah, for some reason.
Well, sometimes doesn't. Anyway,
User error.
absolutely all of you are easily able to tell that Dread Red is not as frail as normal skeletons. In fact, he looks to be quite the formidable opponent.
As I enter the room, I'm going to say, Captain, I'm sorry to hear about your love, Abigail.
He nods respectfully, and in fact, in the sand on the desk, you see he moves with his finger and scrawls out the words, "Find Abigail's remains."
Peaches.
Looks like your bird got a new bloke, mate.
Right?
I think
Even
I think the village boys must have dug up Abigail's grave, and that's what's causing all of this.
He moves his hand across the table again and he writes, "Bring her remains to the ship."
Okay, I guess we need to find those meddling kids.
Yep, I believe we do.
He moves his fingers across the desk and writes, "She was buried in a cave."
So shall we go back to the boat and try to find some cave out there?
He holds his hand up, moves it across the desk again and writes, "I'll leave the cove."
I want to ask Did she wear a gold medallion with a compass printed on it?
He looks at you searchingly and then nods his head once. He then moves his hand across the table again and it writes, "I'll reward you."
That's all the
Shall we
convincing
check
I need.
Shall we check the build real quick?
And then he seems to stand taller, looks each of you in the eye, moves his hand across the table again, and the words appear, "You have 1 hour."
Oh, we're not checking the builds then. Let's go.
Let's go. Let's go.
At that point, Dread Red turns the hourglass on its head, and to that extent, Alexa, set a timer for 1 hour.
1 hour, starting now.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
It's actually got 1 hour.
Alright. Let's leave this ship.
Can we have peaches?
Get back in the boat and
over each other.
Lothar can do the rope.
Peaches happily jumps onto Lothar's shoulder. Peaches is going on an adventure.
Yes, 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 yes. Come on, peaches.
Someone can give Lothar a guidance to row quick.
Sure. I can do that. I will. Are we back at the little boat already?
You can easily make your way back up the way you came and get back onto the boat.
Then, my large friend, you have been guided. Now, row like you've never rowed before.
I will row.
Row like the wind.
Lothar.
So you've
Lothar.
given him.
Go ahead.
You've given him. What did you give him? Bless.
Guidance.
Oh, guidance. So it's an extra D4.
Right.
So yeah, Lothar will row like he's heading to meet Mrs. Lothar.
After a long furlough.
Yes.
Row your boat.
I think she prefers to be called Mrs. Lothar.
While Lothar's rowing, I'm going to take some seawater and splash it up on him and try to get some of the stains off of him.
And I'll ask Shaz to pop a couple eyes in my mouth.
I will
Some
do so.
stains just don't wash out, I'm afraid.
Hey, Lothar.
Well, the thing is, I'm only wearing a loincloth.
Hey, Lothar. You look a bit salty.
So you move approximately 20 feet away from the ship and heading towards shore.
As Ken just says, I look a little salty. I kind of just look a little bit. Not too bad.
Again, that's a good roll. You move another 20 feet or so towards shore. Another 20 feet. You're just 20 feet from the shore now, and you're rowing hard.
And as we're rolling, I'll just mention the note. Just
Rowing
said something
hard,
along
but
the-
your stains.
As well, because I believe Shaz and maybe even Candace are, keeping me fueled with some eyes. Wrong map. Where'd I go?
So you find yourself back in Abigail's Cove with a determined sense of purpose to find the remains of poor Abigail and return her to Captain Dreadred. However, at the moment, you don't know where to look.
All we know is that it's somewhere along the shore.
Let's go talk to Fish Eyes and ask him where, if he knows where a cave is.
I think
Yeah,
it's the
old Fish
blacksmith,
Eyes.
right? He knew where the kids were.
He did not know where the kids were.
Oh, he did not.
But he might know where a cave is.
That's possible.
It's the kids
Well,
that
Fish
found
Eyes has been there the longest, so.
I said let's go ask Fish Eye.
Okay.
we'll stop by the dock and grab some more fish eyes for him to bribe him.
Bribe him or bribe Peaches?
Well, we'll have some for Peaches too, but
Yeah, how does Peaches?
Does Peaches know where the cave is?
since we're in a hurry, we need to make sure that he gives us the information as soon as possible.
Well, if he doesn't, Lothar can beat it out of him.
Lothar, ask your friend the bird if he knows where the cave is.
Yeah, how is yeah, I will ask him that.
Peaches is a ship's bird. Ship's bird.
Not a cave bird.
Have you ever been here before, Peaches?
No.
Can I roll insight?
Sure.
Your insight checking up to
That bird is totally lying.
Okay, I was just making sure. We were just wondering. Thank you, Peaches. Good Peaches.
It dawns on you that you've been letting Peaches eat pieces of your ear, so you're not sure he's
Yes, I will lean over as Peaches nibbles some more of me. Thank you for the follows, hulking king stack, and now 5625.
See from Peaches was when you had semen stains on you.
I'm gonna start referring to Peaches as Mike.
Mike Tyson.
Unless somebody just said we can refer to Lothar as Evander.
Yeah. So who's gonna go talk to the old man?
I think Lothar should with the bird.
Yes.
Well, Shaz will do some of the talking too because he's pretty charismatic.
I'll say yes. Let the person with 8 int and 8 charisma just walk up to him and start talking.
And
Yeah, I
20
don't need to
comedy.
be talking to him.
20 in comedy.
So as you are heading towards Old Fisheye's shack, Merrick, you notice 3 boys seem to be walking through the village. One's carrying a shovel, one's carrying a pick, and they appear to be laughing and having a good time.
Ooh.
Pointed it out to everybody. Hey, look over there. Those could be the kids. They'll start to head over that way.
I will
Oi,
too.
oi. You three, where do you think you're going?
Who, me, sir? Him, sir? Who, sir?
Hey kids, we're trying to find some cave. We think that there's something we need in that cave. Can you tell us? Have you seen any cave?
We can give you some candy.
We don't want candy, we want to know where a cave is.
Kids seemed fairly perturbed. They've never seen you before. They may have heard about strangers in the village, but they know little about you. So they start walking back towards the village, looking over their shoulders worriedly and talking about stranger danger.
Oh god.
Oh, sorry, just Andy. So you could easily catch up to them, or you can carry on talking to Fisher.
I'm gonna try to catch up with them.
Okay, you
We
would
go with him.
easily be able to catch up with them. What would you like to say to them?
Hey kids, you know I know what it's like to be a kid and explore around, find stuff, and you know all that kind of stuff. Hey, can you show me any caves around here?
As you change your picture into Dwight Schrute.
They don't look convinced at all by Shaz, and they're attempting to hurry their pace, but they're struggling to do that while carrying a pick and a shovel.
All right, I'm gonna go up to them and I'm gonna grab them both by the shoulder and I'm gonna yell at them, "Show me where that damn cave is, or you're gonna be sorry. I'm gonna talk to your."
That is enough. They look very, very scared, and the youngest one amongst them tells the others, "Just spill the beans. Tell them everything."
Well, boys, what have you got to tell us?
We found a cave the other day. it was just a small opening, but we've been digging it out. We're going to make it our fort.
Well, what did you find there?
Well, there was a chest on a pedestal in the cave, and we opened the chest and found a little bit of loot.
And what do you class as a little bit of loot?
Well, Bigby found a gold necklace. He gave it to his mum.
Uh-huh.
Was this about the time the skeletons started appearing?
Well, we don't know. It was somewhere around then.
We think you may have.
You gotta fill with this cave and make it quick. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go.
Whoa, 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 Chaz. They may be children, but still show them some respect. They are helping us.
It's not just that. There's also a strange wall made of a strange brick inside the cave. We don't know what that does. We haven't been able to get through it.
Would you be able to either show us or tell us where this cave is and let us have a look?
Yeah, we can lead you to the path and then lead you to the cave.
That would be most appreciated, young boys.
It'd be even more appreciated if you didn't tell our families.
Tell your families what?
Well, tell them anything.
We don't
We
know
won't
anything.
tell them nothing. Come on, let's go.
We don't know what you're talking about.
So at that point, the kids lead you to a path between the hills and tell you that if you follow the path, you will come to the entrance to the cave.
Hey, come on, Peaches.
Peaches, can you fly?
Yeah, Peaches can fly. By the way, Peaches absolutely cannot fly.
Cannot fly. I think he demonstrated that earlier.
So you were able to make your way, follow the path. You can see the way the kids went. You make your way between the two hills. And you eventually come down onto the beach on the other side. There's a few rocks. It looks like a storm or something has worn away some part of the rocks.
Does it look like we can easily traverse the rocks?
Yeah, you can move over the rocks. The entrance to the cave, it was obviously tunneled out by small children, but in single file, you'd probably be able to squeeze your way through.
I would very much not like to go first.
So the cave opens just a little way inside. You can see darkness, but the kids have been going in and out, seemingly without problem.
I'll make my way in first.
Shaz will follow.
Come on, Peaches.
Be right behind Shaz.
Just as the boys explained, the cave opens to a small room, 20 feet wide by 20 feet deep by 10 feet tall. A finely crafted stone pedestal stands in the center of the room, on top of which sits a small wooden chest. The back wall of the room is fashioned from brick and mortar. Its width spans 20 feet and it is 10 feet tall, with a square opening at its center.
I'd like to use my stone cunning and see if I can figure out the history of this type of building, you know, the blocks and stuff.
Okay, it looks like it's square bricks and mortar. It doesn't look professional, but it does look pretty sturdy. The opening you see in it is 2 foot wide by 2 foot tall. Inside the opening, you can see 4 wooden pins, 2 placed on each side at different depths.
Mm-hmm.
Merrick, you better check this out.
Wall or pole? We're gonna stick something in the hole.
Have you got something you want to stick in?
I'm going to.
Well,
Stick peaches in this.
well, Lothar feels very inadequate right now.
I'm going to use my Dragon Mark Master of Locks skill and see if I can figure out if these are some type of trap mechanisms or if maybe it will open the door. You want me to roll that in the tower or?
No, I'm actually going to give you advantage on that, and that's, yeah, you don't see any traps as such, but what you can tell that the opening obviously requires something inserted into it, and your intuition would tell you that it would be something within this area. So you do still have. Yeah, you do still have the pedestal, the chest, and the rest of the room to look through.
I'll search the pedestal and the chest area.
Well, if you look in the chest, you can see that it obviously contains some items. The items probably that the boys took. You can also see that the chest, the bottom of the chest, doesn't appear to be a true bottom. And you suspect it has a false bottom with other items in it.
So Shaz is going to rail against the fact that it doesn't have a true bottom, because he's all about that true bottom. But he will take out the false bottom.
Okay. If you look inside, you find a small diary. And the first page of the book reads Abigail's diary. The owner was obviously quite a writer, having covered nearly all of the pages with script. She'd owned this for some time, as evidenced by the gradual change in the neatness and beauty of the penmanship. And the last, and assumed most recent writing, tells of problems with family, misunderstandings about love, and her father's refusal to accept her desire to marry Dredarius Redvein.
Oh. Should we?
I'll take the diary and see if pushing it into the hole there does anything magical.
No, pushing the diary in. It's obviously much bigger than the diary. You get the sense, or Aldir gets the sense, that this is not a magical solution. These were not magical people; they were pirates.
I'll continue searching the room.
So did you say the diary's too big or the hole's too big?
The hole is way too big.
Alright.
Does the pedestal seem like it's the same size as the hole?
It does.
Then we'll take and pick the pedestal up and place it inside the hole and slide it forward.
And who is going to attempt to pick it up and move it?
There's our big boy.
Get Lothar in here.
Lothar
Still feels inadequate, but he will come in. I will.
Lothar, show us your mighty strength by lifting this pedestal.
I will
I
try.
need help. I'm pretty strong.
I'm sure we can assist you if you need help.
He doesn't need help. He's the strongest person I've ever met.
Even then, he strains and pushes, but it seems to be too much for one person to move.
Eugene will step up. Here, big guy. Let's lift together.
And now Lothar is feeling very inadequate. Can I roll that with disadvantage next? Because I just don't feel adequate. Like Lothar's really upset still. Like he is feeling very, very dejected.
Yeah, there's still two of you trying to lift it.
Shaz is cheering them on.
You Come on, Lothar. Come on, Lothar.
Hey, buddy,
Lothar,
I need some guidance.
Don't let Peaches see you Do this?
Peaches,
Come on, you can do it.
Peaches left me for someone else. He only came because I promised him an adventure.
That's
Peaches,
true.
cheer him on.
Eugene's gonna reach out, pat him on the shoulder. If I can reach her, it's all right, big man. You've got this. And I'll give him a little guidance.
Okay.
Peaches,
And 1, 2, 3, lift.
don't throw your back out there, Shaz.
So between the two of you, you are able to lift the pedestal.
Nice going, Lothar.
Thank you.
So
Let's see
as,
if we can fit it.
as you
Yes,
insert
slide it in.
you push it in, it seems to snap the pins that were in place, and they release keystones that hold the wall in place. So the two of you that lifted that up, can you give me a dexterity saving throw each, please? Well, they were both. Yeah, no, they were both. Okay. So you were able to push your way out of the way of the falling rocks, and it reveals a room within. So inside, once the bricks and mortar and the dust has cleared, you see a stone coffin sits in the middle of this room atop a 3-foot tall brick and mortar pedestal.
All right, let's get her remains out. Who's the guy with the bag of holding?
Shaz, you're not gonna try to put the moves on this one?
There is a stone lid on this stone coffin.
Come on, Lothar and Merrick, let's get this lid off. Come on, you big hairy lummox.
You only want me because I'm strong. I need drink.
I'm going to say a little prayer to Moradin because we're having to take and move these remains from where their resting place was.
Does anyone have any ale?
So which ones are going to try to move the stone lid on the coffin?
Eugene will, again.
Eugene and Lothar.
They only like me because I'm big.
Lothar, when we've done and we get back to the tavern, I'll buy you a full casket of ale.
Even with the two of them pushing, it still wasn't enough. And although they feel the stone lid shift, it wasn't quite enough to move it.
Can I have some eyes too?
Yes.
And,
Does anybody else want to try and assist them to move the stone?
yeah, it's probably fucking trapped.
Shaz will assist, but his assisting is, not great, but he's happy.
Anybody else?
I can help.
Maybe we can all do it. If we all work together, we might be able to shift it.
And with that, the stone lid pushed off and with a crash falls to the ground.
And all the traps pop.
Inside, you see a human skeleton wearing a tattered blue and white dress, arms crossed over her chest, rest peacefully in the coffin.
Abigail, I presume.
Peace jumps onto the coffin and says sadly, "Pretty Abby, pretty Abby."
Oh, don't break my heart.
And what did the pirate want us to do with this?
Bring the remains back.
Somehow got to get the remains of Abigail out of this place and back to the ship.
I'm going to take my bedroll out of my backpack, spread it out, and we're going to try to move it as gently as possible to keep all the remains together and wrap it up in the bedroll so we can carry her respectfully.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good idea. And I've got some rope I can tie around the bedroll to hold it closed nice.
Yeah, I'll be getting some of my own emotes soon and subscriber badges.
All right. And
They're getting made right now.
Hightail it back to the boats to get back to the ship.
Let's hurry to get back to the Salty Griffin.
We'll stop by the bakery though to get the necklace.
So it's gonna be great.
Oh, right. Good idea.
Have my own shit.
Grab the diary and then stop to get the necklace.
So you want to take the time to do that before you go back to the ship?
I don't think so.
I think we should.
Okay.
Yeah.
So as you jump back into the boat, is it Lothar that is rowing again?
Does Lothar feel up to rowing?
Is there eyes still?
There are.
I need someone to feed Lothar eyes.
I will.
Shaz will too.
Not enough.
As he munches on the eyes, it doesn't seem to revive him, and the boat spins in place and the dock.
Ale.
Come on, Lothar. Fistfuls of eye.
You can
That
do it,
seems to
Lothar.
do it. He pushes away and he moves 20 feet from the shore.
More eyes. Not enough eyes.
No, that is enough. And you now move another 20 feet from the shore. You are halfway to the Salty Griffin.
I picture Lothar covered in white, stainy things and fish guts.
There's a surge of speed, almost like a speedboat, as you move now and you're just 20 feet from the side of the Salty Griffin.
Is it very salty?
I'd have salted
It is
you.
decidedly salty. And you then
Oh my
get
god.
straight to the side of the Salty Griffin and tie it where you tied before.
Almost ran right through the boat.
Sorry.
And we rush up the netting and take the remains quickly down the hatch.
So as you do, you walk in and you see Captain Dradarius Redvein standing waiting for you. He motions for you to place her remains on the bed, and then motions for you to take the footlocker at the end of his bed as a reward.
We're going to open the footlocker.
Let's open the footlocker after we get off the boat.
So Captain Dread doesn't actually wait for you to even leave the ship. As soon as you touch the footlocker, the ship begins to move.
Sir,
Let's
could
get
you
out of
wait
here,
till
quick,
we
come on,
leave
quick.
first?
Yeah, don't we need to get off the ship first?
You might want to do that.
Let's go quickly. Come on, grab that footlocker, Lothar. Let's go.
Come on.
Do
Come on, Peaches.
So you hurry up to the deck of the ship, over the side as the ship starts to move, and into your boat.
Yes. How big is this footlocker?
It's the kind of thing you would find at the bottom of a bed. It's not too huge. You're easily able to carry it.
Kind of cumbersome on this small boat, though.
Yeah, probably kind of cumbersome, but it doesn't appear to be locked.
I'd like to open it.
Let's check inside, see what's in it.
Okay. You find a set of manacles with a key, an hourglass, a magnifying glass, some navigator's tools, a signal whistle, and some gold and silver, gold and electron pieces. And that is all now in the party sheet.
Nice. I'd like the manacles if I could.
Oh wait, did you?
So as you start rowing towards the shore, you see the ship seemingly disappear into the fog. And as you're moving towards the shore further, poor Peaches seems to dissipate and just says to you,
Oh come
Peaches
on!
no return! Peaches no return!
Oh come on!
Manage-
Oh come on!
Bye, Peaches.
Is there any of Peaches left?
A single feather is all that remains on your collar, and that soon fades into nothingness.
Oh,
I kind of rub Lothar on his back, like, it's okay, it'll be okay, big guy.
yeah, Lothar's like stops rowing, just sits down, and like, you just made Lothar like cry. You guys see this 7'4" Goliath is bawling his eyes out.
As you reach the shore, you see Beatrice Bandy looking past you out curiously as the ship fades to nothingness and the fog rolls away. Well, she says, what was all that about?
Moving to the country, gonna eat me a lot of peaches.
Well, it
Peaches.
seems like the
And with
boys
that,
are
that
having
brings
a
to
great.
an end Dead Men's Tales.
Oh, you broke my heart.
That was some serious
So
feelings.
sad.
That was fun. Well done.
Danny, that was amazing, man.
So, I hope you all enjoyed it.
It was great.
Ah, you
Danny,
killed me.
Had a good time.
You picked an amazing module, Danny. That was awesome.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
It's
Yeah.
really well DM'd as well.
Well,
Yes.
I'm glad you all
Yeah.
enjoyed it. I hope Seaman Stains was memorable.
Yes.
I've got a feeling that's going to be a running joke for quite a while.
Yeah.
Yes, I think so.
All right, thanks everyone for coming. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you sign up for some more games during GaryCon.
Yep.
And for those who I play with on a regular basis, I'll see you tomorrow, I think.
Yep, we'll see you
For
tomorrow.
those I've never played
Yep.
with before, I hope I get the chance to play with you again. By all means, hang around in my server if you want to. There will be more one-shots going off over the next few weeks while we're all locked down.
Oh yeah, I get Danny. Oh yeah, I get you back on my table next week.
How we do?
Thanks so much for the game.
Yeah.
Absolutely no problem. Thanks
Cheers,
for coming,
guys.
guys.
Nice playing with all you guys.
Great.
Good time.
Yeah.
Take care.
Nice to meet you all. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you, stream, for watching. We got Rob Tui. We're gonna go raid some Rob Tui.
I'm in him.
That was awesome.
Glad you liked it.
Danny, I would be very happy to play in another game with you. Your DMing's awesome. You're so descriptive and so funny. I'm literally wetting myself throughout the whole of that.
I was determined to get Chad covered in semen stains.
Uh huh.
Do you know what though, Danny? Me and Chad were saying earlier, this is like me, him and Michael, we're like, yeah, Danny's not going to go easy.
No, I wasn't going to do anything nasty like try and kill you or anything. I just thought I was going to do something a bit embarrassing for him.
He gave me a good idea. You know, many years ago, probably 3 years ago, I changed my category on Twitter, on Twitch, to Fantasy Grounds. And that's probably what's killing my viewership. It should be D&D.
Yep.
So I changed it back.
That's not what's killing mine. Mine's just poor DMing.
Well, no, I think people well then in that case, that's what's killing mine too. But I think, I was trying to do Fantasy Grounds a solid. They went out of their way to change the category on Twitch to be added. But I don't think people who are watching and searching know about that. They're gonna search for D&D, right? So maybe like on a Module Creation Monday type of show or whatever, I would put Fantasy Grounds, but for games, I should put it under D&D.
Or even your Sunday show should be Fantasy Grounds.
Also, your tags I put in are roleplay, voice
I do dice.
Yep.
Dice.
acting.
But
And,
why are you putting voice acting is not what you're, that's not a thing.
persistent campaign?
Oh,
Yeah,
he has
that's
some
a-
voice actors on the team. We play with Matt Mercer on Savage Worlds.
First time from Savage Worlds. Matt Mercer plays Savage Worlds now.
And actually, Matt told us to ask you, you know, why all the hatred. He likes you, man.
I know he does.
You, Rob, you're not listening to me.
No, I know he does. He knows why the hatred. It's the Matt Mercer effect. He's very aware of it and he knows what it is and he agrees with it. You know, the fact that people watch Critical Role and then they think that's how you play
Right.
D&D, and then but he knows that. He's not stupid. He might have even been the person that coined that phrase. I'm not sure. He probably didn't, but he knows about it. That does.
I'm only showing 3 players.
4.
I'm still logging in. watch from the top of the roof up here. And he flew like down on the other side, so just to give you a visual. And let me give you this map again. And let's start a new round, because we stopped at the end of the last round. So round 2 is Shadows.
Shadows has been hasted by Gorbidal in the chat.
Gorbidal, thank you. Gotta get my speed on. Speed freak. Okay, so like this tower right here. How tall is that tower?
30 feet, and it's surrounded by a big wall of jagged, sharp metal.
So there's not really any way to get over that. Let's see what we got here. There's 40, and oh, the gate's over there. Damn it!
See,
Nothing I can do with that, homie, out there. Yeah, I guess I'll just
And the
kinda
gates
hang
are
around
currently
around.
closed.
Yep, nothing I can do. I will just reload my crossbow.